Alright, so last time that we left off, we proceeded through the Killing Blow, through its many different subsections. The session before, we went through the hangar. The session just before this one, we were in the engineering bay. And finally, we've ended up in the bridge. Ankos managed to convince the captain of the ship, a certain Nevada Voss Padley, to go against her Hydra allies. And that is where we left off. Any of you guys hear the music, or is it?
I hear it.
I hear it.
I hear it.
Alright, there we go.
Pretty loud.
So, I will turn that down. You guys should be able to measure it on your own merits, but I'm going to put it to 50.
Yep.
Alright, if you can go ahead and roll your initiative, please.
Is this Cyberpunk soundtrack?
Yes.
Neat.
I am not on the initiative board.
Let me check. Now you are.
You're not there because you're still being strangled. She's never let you go.
Yeah. You're not like a stuffed animal, you're being dragged limply along.
Badass. Hardcore.
Alright, let's go ahead and roll all. Boop, 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 do, 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 boop. Boop.
Hey,
Alright.
I'm not the bomb.
So we'll go ahead and start the combat with this singular Hydra soldier, which, seeing as how Nevada just turned against her allies, he's going to take a double tap against her. Full attack. Full attack. The AC is that. Second one hits. 10 damage.
So we know it's at the least 25.
Tom.
So Tim Tom is going. God damn it, is going to. What the fuck?
Can you unpause the game?
Yeah, you gotta
Yes.
unpause it.
There you go.
Tim Tom's gonna move up to here, up towards one of the
come
shield
up to
emitters.
the giant glowing shield emitter, which buzzes brightly as you come closer to it.
And I would like to begin attempting to deactivate it.
Alrighty, can you go ahead and give me a engineering check?
Of course. God damn it! What the fuck? Engineering.
You have successfully unhooked one of the several things keeping this shield in place. It begins to buzz and... Oh god damn it. I'll be right back. You should probably pause the recording.
Got it. Can.
Sorry about that, Timothy, we were doing your engineering check, and like I was saying,
Yes.
that flickering energy barrier has just begun to dissipate and fall apart. Still active, though. It is this shipworker's turn. He is going to go ahead and turn over, and seeing that both Nevada and the Moth are together, he's going to take a few steps forward and go... Flamethrower. 21. Does that hit you, Tyler?
Yes.
Alright, that will do damage to both Nevada and you. 5 points. Not that much, just kind of annoying. I will do that for you, Tyler, if you wish.
I already did it.
Alright, cool. Goes to this shipworker. He is going to come over to this seat next to this individual of a certain status and try to shoot Nevada. 25, he hits for 2 points of damage. A little bit more scrapes. Another shipworker, another shot. That is another shot. 6 points. Alrighty, going to Jaira, who is not here. Let me remove her from this and remove her token.
We all watch her turn into mist.
Yeah, you all watch as Jaira, who was just previously getting ready to fight with you all, just turns into a mist. And, strangely, for the first time since she was so close to 447, you watch the residue gather in the air and then get violently sucked into 447.
What the fuck?
You kind of stumble and shudder for a second. Ankos, it's your turn.
Okay. You said the barrier was down, correct?
It is
No.
currently faltering. There are several stages in which you need to get past the barrier. It can be accessed at both sides of the emitter.
Alright, well, I guess what I'm gonna go ahead and do is, 40 just enough. I'm gonna go ahead and start making engineering checks to try and bring this side down.
Go ahead.
Engineering would be a skill of mine. A jack of all trades applies to this, so there should be... Oh, wait, what? Oh. Oh, I have those echo gloves. Okay. So that actually gives me +2 here, apparently, according to the stat thing.
Let me go ahead and see. +2 circumstance bonus to assist stability and perception checks to find hidden features on the surface. Yeah, sure. An 11. You are using your echo gloves to kind of just like identify the weak points in the structure and seeing what you can do to successfully shut it down. However, you don't make much progress. It goes
And
to...
coast! It's green, white, green, blue, white, blue, brown, orange, white, orange, god damn it!
Meanwhile, Tim Tom is colorblind.
I imagine that's something he's overcome.
Oh, I just got better. I'm no longer colorblind, guys.
No, it's the same way that colorblind people can still distinguish between certain colors.
I'm just joking. Regardless, the priest turns over, and if you can't hear the music, just press F5.
I can hear it.
Sees Nevada and what she is engaging in, all of the rifles leveraged against her, and goes, "You vile bitch! You dare turn against our higher purpose? I'll show you!" And he holds up his hand, and you see him begin to cast a specific spell.
Oh. Hey! Fucking, our draw friend used to cast that.
Oh, that's real reassuring.
She succeeds. Oops, that's not what I wanted. That will be 6 points of damage. She is taking all of these things in a massive barrage. Carthen, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, given there's one person on either side working the
She has a
shields.
stamina bar too. Why is it hitting her hard?
Don't worry about that.
Captain is going to go ahead and take a point of photon attunement, manifest his weapon, and then move up towards the barrier. So that way, once it's down, he can go to work.
Alrighty, you don't want to do anything else?
You should just
Let's-
have... Sorry.
I'm not 100% certain that this shield will be down next round, but I will go ahead and cast supercharged weapon.
Okay.
On
Now,
myself.
keep in mind, you're applying it to your Kanobo, right?
Yes.
And you're trying to take like a standard action to prepare an action to do something? That's... Oh no, it would be ready by next round. I gotcha. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I have
Alright.
until the end of the next round to use it.
I will give you... let's see. They've got to have a little condition that might be useful for this. So, ignore that this would traditionally... No, I think that these actually apply things to your character sheet. I'm just going to let you keep track of that.
Carthen's gonna be pacing around the other side of this energy barricade with Kanobo like Darth fucking Maul.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
It is this heavy's turn. He's going to come up. He's going to flamethrower you both. That's his turn. 15, that is not enough to impact Voss. How about
Or
you,
me.
Tyler? Enough on your energy AC?
It's under.
Alright, cool. That is his turn. It is now 447's turn.
I'm gonna do something maybe a little bit outside of the scope of what this skill could be used for. So, can I potentially roll? So let me ask you: does this barrier look like some kind of? Is this like a ship security system, or is this like some kind of protective combat barrier?
This looks to be some kind of field projection. You could either try to disable it by a physical force or with engineering.
See, I wanted to roll Profession Soldier to see if my experience on the battlefield has has any kind of situation like this where there was, say, some kind of force shield, and you know, if I could perhaps shoot it apart.
Yeah, go for it. Make me a Profession Soldier check. A 13. You've come across several energy barriers like this, and they're particularly tricky. On one of your missions in your deep history, there was actually not a research laboratory, but basically a arms and distribution area with a bunch of magitech that kind of caught you in this labyrinth of energy beams. It was particularly frustrating since you just weren't familiar with it.
Okay.
I can hear a fucking ice cream truck. It's getting closer.
Resist the urge.
Ice cream,
So-
ice cream. We all scream for ice cream.
Seeing that my party hasn't really done much to this barrier other than an attempt to take it down through technological means, I'm gonna test its limits, and I'd like to just levy one attack with my assault rifle against a barrier and see what happens.
Go for it.
Recoil.
A 13. It manages to deflect across the energy, and you watch the bullet just kind of dissipate and evaporate, which is fucking horrifying.
Noted. That's my turn.
Damn, that means there was
Goes to
some.
the ship worker.
So this thing actually like emits heat, doesn't it?
Looks to be that way. You can tell that it's not a floor-based emitter. It looks like there's a specific setup and projection from two different things that are.
This is
like,
an aperture
intersecting
science
and
and material
receiving
emancipation
energy.
drill.
Alright, another shot to Nevada. 17, not enough. So, you all see that all of this incoming fire, just all of these different received sources of damage, are all just flooding in. And it has created sort of like a smoke feel around, like paddling. She kind of clears it with just one simple twirl of that staff that she was carrying, and you see that there is a glowing auric barrier, several creating this sort of glowing armor. And with a simple twist of the wrist, the staff goes from a mere object of metal to a glowing energy axe. And she is smiling. This'll be fun. She is going to go ahead and use one of her stellar revelations. She wreathes herself in a stellar fire and makes a charge. She lets go of Tyler. Let's go of Yarich. Going to go ahead
know,
and come all the
I'm
way over
sorry.
to here.
I just love the idea that she's like punching someone in the face while still holding on to Yarich.
He's going to go ahead and lift up her Doshko and bring it down over this guy's head. 31.
Well,
17 points of damage. It
17?
cleaves right into his shoulder blade, and he sinks down into the floor as she gives him a wicked smile and is currently, like, wild-eyeing everyone around her. It is now Yorich's turn.
He pulls out his rifle, aims it for the dude right here.
Go ahead.
This is not gonna be a full weapon attack. There it is. Boop.
There is smoke stinging your eyes, and you are currently being suffocated not mere moments ago. It does not work. The energy beam goes off and melts a chair. This
So,
shipworker. He's
with
gonna go
that in
and
mind, I still have my movement. I'm going to go over here and go into the ventilation system again.
Of course.
Fair enough. You go ahead and lean down towards the little vent ducts. Let's say, give me a sneak attempt.
Alright.
upon seeing Yarich go into the vent, everyone just starts foaming at the mouth for some fucking reason.
Alright. Let me go ahead and make a perception check. Natural 1 for the ship workers, and I will give 1 for the Hydra lads. Alright. They are both oblivious. Can you still see your character?
I cannot.
You cannot? Alright, well, I will keep him revealed. You can feel free to move him around. You are currently in the ventilation shafts and cannot make any attacks.
I am just going to go to the other side door and get with my teammates.
Alrighty. Let's see, you went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'll say that every 5 feet you make is 10 feet in the vents. Like I said, this shipworker approaches and tries to shoot Voss. They are trying to eliminate her quickly. Natural 20.
Ooh,
The
fuck.
6 points of damage.
Pretty sad little 20.
This Hydra soldier. Seeing Voss, going to go ahead and make a full attack. Full attack. Full attack. Does not hit either of those. The fire is
What?
spraying out and kind of going wildly.
Would my scary ability negate that effect?
Negate what effect?
Scary. Your small size affords you superior tactical positioning. Special bonus to dexterity, small size. Gain the compression universal creature rule.
Oh, you
And
do
then-
have compression. Okay, yeah, I'll say that you're fine then.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about last time round when you had me. But then again, it was just difficult terrain, so that
I
was...
gotcha. That one was like you were going through different bars and loops. This is like squeezing through a vent duct. You are both
Yeah.
a small creature and have the compression quality. You're fine.
Yep.
Alright, this Hydra soldier, seeing how everything is going to shit, he is going to approach over here and take a prepared action. Timothy, it's your turn.
Tom is going to once again just start. You know what? No. Tim Tom's gonna just look at the occasional flickering of this shit, and he's just gonna keep furiously working at this panel. We'll
Pulling
try to just.
wires, working the
Oh,
wires.
at this point, he is grabbing anything and just yanking it the fuck out.
Go ahead and give me an engineering check.
Fuck!
I imagine that you go ahead and take your sword, your spined blade, which is more of a dagger in your hands. You kind of pull it sideways flat, stick it underneath a bunch of wires, and then turn it vertical and just rip it out. And you'll see a little electric arc as Timothy gets shocked. 6 points of electric damage. Max roll on that. Zzz. I will apply that for you.
Cool.
Alright.
You
It's not
all
the heavy's
hear a
turn.
bunch of angry cursing coming from the
Heavy is going to
Coming
take
from Tim
prepared
Brown.
action. Shipworker Light. Seeing as how he just got fucking nearly murked by Voss, he is going to take a 5-foot step back here and attempt to shoot her. Movement action, standard action. Hold on, let me go ahead and check her thing. Nope, not enough. Let me go ahead and clear all of that. This Light's pretty concerned with Voss, he'll keep firing. Nope. Alright. Ankos, your turn.
Well, I guess I'm still working on this goddamn barricade. Engineering is probably still the only role I can make here, unless for some reason you can allow me to take a sensory role like perception. Find something.
I have noticed that engineering is a trained skill and you do not possess any ranks in it.
I don't, but I have the jack of all trades ability and
Oh.
edge, which means
Yeah,
I can use
go
all
for
trade
it.
skills just inefficiently.
Yeah, go for it.
Here, I'm also going to add that +1 that I'm supposed to get from my jack of all trades because it gives me half my proficiency as an additional bonus.
I gotcha. Don't forget the +2 circumstance bonus.
Nice.
Wow, that's solid.
19. You will see the field flicker once more and then disappear. It is now offline.
All right, time to join
Nice.
the fucking party.
It goes to the priest's turn. You can see that he is clearly upset with what is going on. One of his allies has betrayed him. There's an entire party approaching on his position. He is going to take a 5-foot step as his movement and then convert his standard to run over here. 10, 20, 30. He turns back around and kind of flips on his side and his hood kind of flops around just a little bit. And you can see he's eyeballing everything. He's preparing something. It is now Carthan's turn.
Interesting. Carthan is going to move in on this heavy since he is the first obstacle. Oh,
Go ahead.
I collide with a wall.
Wait, what? You collide with the wall. Give me a second. Oh yeah, there's an invisible wall here.
Yeah, there's actually a wall
It's gone.
there.
Alright.
Cool. Carthan's gonna zoom in and try and give
Give
this man the old
the old clubbing.
1-2.
It's more than enough. Give me the damage of the 46.
Cool damage, and that's plus 46. Normal. That's 26 damage.
So Yeah, if you want to describe it, go ahead. Otherwise, I can.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm also taking another movement into stellar or photon attunement. That's it.
I gotcha. So you go ahead and in mid-stride, not even really paying attention to this guy, just kind of moving forward, bring the Kanobo and just... And as soon as it hits him, you see this light flare, and there's an explosion sound as this man is turned into two different parts that sprain a gory mess all over the side of the ship.
Jesus Christ!
I almost imagine he walks up, swings it, and right as it makes contact, and just sprays them all over the place. You just hear the Taco Bell, ting!
It is now this heavy's turn. He sees that and goes, "Oh my fucking god, burger!" And he's gonna try and shoot you.
Hit.
I assume that is enough for EAC. 8 points of fire damage.
Okay, I got it.
All right, goes to 447.
I'm going to take aim at the shipworker heavy who just hit Carthan and fire with my Aeon Guard rifle.
Go for it. 25's enough. Do damage. 13
I would
points.
also
a good
like
hit.
to move my speed up to here.
All right. Yeah, that was a good fucking hit. You hit him in the side, and he just kind of like, you can see blood pouring down his shoulder where it was struck. It is now this shipworker. He, seeing that the priest is also running away, is going to go ahead and try to follow in his wake. Over to here, and shoot over at... Well, probably the guy that just turned somebody into a splatter mark. No, I don't think that's enough.
No.
Alright. It is Voss's turn. She sees the individual that she just basically fucking slammed over, and just kind of slowly walks up to him, holds the axe in both hands, and just brings it down directly on him. Just... You see that the energized blades hiss with his blood as she just tears it down his center torso, and he dies screaming.
What an awesome phrase.
Yarich's turn.
Alright. I am going to take my full turn, get to here, and I would expect there's a vent somewhere around this area.
That makes sense, about there, yeah.
Yeah. So, with that, that's my end turn.
You do still have a standard left, by the way.
That was my movement
Ah,
and
did you
standard.
do? Okay. Shipburger Light. Seeing the conflict, going to try and take a shot at Voss. 12, not enough. These guys are kind of quaking in their boots. They realize that, like, they're kind of outnumbered and outgunned. They're not doing so hot. Hydra Soldier. He is going to go ahead and, seeing as how his weapon has the automatic quality, and a 80-foot range, he is going to shoot everybody in this cone, including his friend.
Oh, nice.
I mean, he is, like, a Hydra soldier, not a ship worker.
Yeah.
Not that he really gives a shit. Automatic is a -2, right?
I believe so.
Alright. 17. Does that
Yeah.
hit any of you? Hit.
Nope.
Miss for him. Hit for the heavy.
Well,
One damage roll for all of them.
1 second.
1 second.
So basically, automatic is a
Tim
full
Tom's
attack.
didn't
So
hit me
you
either.
just
Yeah,
automatic's
I
a
already
full,
said Tim Tom's out.
automatic is a full attack, so it would take the full attack penalty on that roll.
Oh, okay. So even... Oh no, -2, Carthan would be fine. The only person he hits is a ship worker.
What a guy!
Yeah, I imagine as that happens, fucking Carthan just grabs him and just like brings him in front of him as like a human shield, and he just gets riddled with bullets and just drops his limp body to the ground.
Were he
God.
closer?
Okay, although I'm reading the automatic rules right now, and it says roll 1 attack against each target in the cone, starting with those closest to you. So
Okay.
it looks like you have to roll damage for each of us on an automatic
I-
attack, and then
I
damage you roll
agree.
once.
Alright, so that damage was like 4, right?
Yeah,
Alright, I'm gonna do it for 447.
miss.
No, I'm gonna do it for Carthan.
Miss.
No.
Okay.
Alright, so same situation.
Yeah.
Alright, this soldier, he is going to go ahead, it's this one down here. He is going to go ahead and 10, 20, 30, back to here, and try to shoot, we'll say Tim Tom. Natural 1. As he's backing up, he falls over the chair and lands prone.
This is a comedy of errors on the part of the fucking cultists. Holy shit.
They're just out of their element.
Good to see you, Master Chief. Things aren't going well.
Tim Tom's turn.
Tim Tom walks up to this guy.
Barrow.
And,
Yeah, this heavy likes to think of himself as like a big, tough dude. And then just slowly a shadow leans over him. Can you roll damage for me? In the back of his neck that would normally be covered by it. Oh, go ahead.
It's just Tim Tom walks up and just, like, as he's walking by him, just puts knife through his temple and just walks off.
Fair enough.
But
Just
Right through
takes
the side of his
syringe
skull.
caster, just
Bit of brain fluid and blood is just leaking onto the ground as that heavy is murdered.
And then Tim Tom looks at the guy that just tried to shoot at him, that, like, the round ricocheted off the roof, and
Man,
just points at him.
I would have got my opening volley bonus on that guy if you didn't stab him.
Oh well.
I'll have an opportunity to do it again. It's okay.
Shipworker Light. He too is going to go ahead and come over. 10, 20, 30. I mean, they're clearly terrified of you. They're backing off.
Do I have any?
22 against Carthan.
hit.
4 points of damage.
Okay.
Ankos' turn.
Okay, typical nonsense. I'm going to go ahead and oh fuck! I don't have any ammo. All I have is that stupid.
Oh
laser gun.
no.
Did you run out of ammo?
Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
Holy shit!
His hand cannon takes specific shells.
Okay, what's this other?
I'm actually
one?
running low on fucking long arm ammo too. Fuck.
Increments 100 feet. God, I'm gonna be out of my element here, but I guess I'm just gonna have to try and help where I can. I don't think I can trick attack at the weapon, my, like, operator weapon.
It's
Yeah.
okay though. If I run out of ammo, I can just go fisticuffs mode.
Are
Probably.
you
be
proficient with long arms?
I don't think so, honestly.
I will take away the proficiency then. Because it says that you are proficient. But I do not think you are as an operative.
I really shouldn't be. I mean, I can check. Operatives do use sniper rifles.
You're
and
like,
stuff,
I mean, yeah, sniper rifles, but this is like a long arm, not a sniper rifle.
but kind of. I don't know how. I don't
I'm
know
just talking
how
about it's comparing an assault rifle to like a sniper.
Yeah, sniper proficiency and long arm proficiency are two different things in this system.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunate. Yeah, features, work, operative, get operative.
It's like comparing a military sniper to say an infantry grunt.
Right.
I'm sure they could use it, just not as well as like a fully trained individual with like a spotter and everything.
in this case, you guys are gonna see something pretty kind of like embarrassing.
Oh.
Fucking Ankos trying his best to like work this gun that he's never fired before, never trained with, to hit this Hydra soldier. I can't do fancy shit. I'm just gonna have to shoot and hope something happens. So here we
God.
go.
I mean, if you want, you could like take a look around and maybe see if there's anything around.
Oh yeah, you're right. Let me see. Hold on. Do I have any grenade? I should have. I forgot that I had to actually do some weird shit and I couldn't just shoot, so I didn't really plan this out. I'm very sorry.
No, it's chill. Feel free
okay.
to do what you want.
I don't really have any items for. I mean, again, maybe like perception, just to see if there's any battlefield hazards. I feel like I can take advantage of. This is a bridge of a starship, and I imagine this is a pretty sanitized area.
Yeah, go ahead. You take a look around, you actually see on the table next to you, impaled about right here, is a interesting looking knife. It looks like it was stabbed into the table as like a, oh, I'm a pirate, we're gonna stab things into the table on a piece of paper or something.
Well, fuck it. I think I'm probably trained with knives. Maybe.
You are.
Okay, I'm gonna go
Oh,
ahead.
cool.
Are you gonna make me roll a strength check?
British
for
knife
7?
fighter.
That would be very funny, so yes.
Alright, so we'll just do, let's do like a flat athletics roll.
Alright. You go ahead and get a hold of this thing and just kind of like... It's stuck in there. Looks like a really nice knife, but like it's wedged in the table.
I imagine he's just like jerking on it. Just, It,
In the back of my mind, I'm like looking up to see if anybody sees this happening, because I'm thinking I'm losing all of the cool guy points. I can get
You're looking to make sure Nevada isn't noticing you having trouble with this.
She is too busy, like, ripping her fucking axe out of somebody's
Oh
body.
shit, did that girl I hit with the fucking Seccaro Riz fucking notice me doing this?
This is what you call this.
you just see Tim Tom look back at you, gives you a thumbs up.
Nah, I don't care if you see me. I'm trying to not give the icks out here, man.
The priest, you see him, he's kind of escaped off to this little avenue using the table as like a keep away thing. Looks over to the soldier that fell prone and is just... You bumbling fool! If you will not fight for me, then I shall create something that will. And he's going to hold up his arms, and you see the man on the ground begin jerking. As suddenly his arm just snaps out of place, and you see little writhing tendrils begin emerging from his flesh.
Okay.
He is going to go ahead and die. And exploding out from his corpse is a terrifying monstrosity of flesh. It just rips through his chest, and you see what was originally his head collapses into several, like, just kind of folding fangs that all just kind of fall in together on themselves, and it lets out this terrible screech as it stands up to its full and impressive height, no longer prone, just kind of like...
That...
One of those days,
What?
huh?
What the fuck? Oh.
Since it rolled a 14, I'm going to update its initiative to be 12 and a half, just below the priest. Alrighty. It is its turn now. It's going to go ahead and, not really giving a shit about Voss, it's going to run right past her, provoking an attack of opportunity.
Oh fuck, it's coming to me!
22, 21,
Oh fuck!
and it is going to run right over to Tim Tom.
Tim Tom seeing this is in the... Ah shit, oh shit, oh shit!
It reaches out with one of its tentacles,
Oh fuck. Ah! Ah!
grabs a hold of you, and just lifts you up through the air, and just kind of slams you down on the ground while letting out another one of those screams.
Yeah, Tim Tom is just screaming, he's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck is this? Ah!
Can you make a will save for me?
Oh fuck. Ah, fuck.
5. You're scared.
No shit!
You are now shaken. Alright. It is now Carthen's turn.
Okay.
Tim Tom is just
Carthen-
freaking the fuck out.
Assessing the situation, Carthen is going to move up behind Voss, take his 3rd level of Photon Attunement, and then he is going to naturally Supernova.
Fair enough.
On what?
So he is going to be Supernova-ing on this space, ping. So
And what's the
everything
reach?
within 10 feet of that, so it's going to be these 2 lights and the priest.
Alright, let me go ahead
that's-
and, the reflex, right?
Yep, DC
You got the
16.
DC ready? Alright. Here's the first one. Here is the second one. Here is the third
Here
one.
comes the sun.
Last one fails. The priest rolls now. 19.
Cool.
Okay, so the only one that failed was the last ship worker, and then the rest will take half damage. Can you go ahead and roll the damage?
18.
18. This man screams as his flesh is boiled from his bones. He is barely alive, kind of just screaming on the floor. Still somehow like not incapacitated. These ones see what's coming and kind of like hold up their arms to shield their eyes. And then of course the priest. You can hear him just kind of like gurgling to himself. No, his HP would be 40. His shield would go down to 1. His shield just kind of like ripples and fluctuates, and you can see that it doesn't really do any direct damage to him. He's laughing.
That's okay.
It is 447's turn.
Okay. I would like to open fire on the accursed beast using my Aeon Guard assault rifle, and while I'm firing upon it, I'm going to move backwards at my movement speed over to this square.
All engines,
Question:
full
am I
reverse.
grappled?
Let me go ahead and check. What is your AC?
My
Your
AC. My
Since-
kinetic is 22.
Since I forgot what the roll was, oh yeah, it rolled more than a 5. You were grabbed.
Shit. Tim Tom looks at you 447 and goes, "You bastard! Help me!"
I'm moving backwards while firing at it. I rolled a 13.
A 13. It would hit it, and it just does not care.
Oh, cool. That's my turn. Yeah, pretty shit roll, honestly, gotta say.
Alright, it is the Shipworker Light, who sees the terrifying monstrosity and is just like, oh god, what the fuck? He's on fire, his flesh is melting. He's gonna like skitter back here, just kind of like intentionally going prone. He's fucking horrified about what has just emerged.
Yeah.
He's gonna turn over to the priest and just go like, why? And he's gonna try and shoot him.
Ugh.
That is not enough to hit him. It glances off of his shield and the priest turns over and is just like, you're next. It is Voss's turn. She is going to go ahead and clamber up onto the table. 10, 20, 30, seeing the priest, and she is going to go ahead and, you know what? She'll come here and just be like, not if I have anything to say about it, and pull out her plasma pistol, and just shed some light on this situation by creating a 20-foot line that hits both the priest and the guy.
That's
20.
the pitch.
That is enough for the priest and the shipworker. First, second.
What the fuck is E and F?
Energy and fire, I assume.
So
Oh.
that is going to take down that and reduce it to 7 points. The priest catches on fire, and the shipworker light just burns to death.
One,
It is now Yari's
two.
turn.
I'm going to finally open this crate. I'll make a stealth. And the thing jitters.
Kinda meh. You hear the grate creak, and both the priest and the ship workers are going to try and make yes and yes. They both know that you're here.
Yep, too bad. I'm gonna pop out. Knowing that my cover's been blown anyways, I'm gonna pop out and fire.
Fair enough.
At the priest, of course.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Tyler hates priests.
That is enough to hit him. Go ahead and make the damage. 4 points. You hit him. He is struck by both the plasma pistol from the front and the infinity rifle from the back. Just kind of like, kuh, kuh. It is this shipworker's turn. He's kind of stuck between in panic at what has just been summoned and Voss, who is actively butchering her own men. I think he's gonna go for the middle ground, walk up to about here, and pull up his pistol, just kind of like shaky in his own arms, and go to shoot Carthan.
It's a hit.
Alright. 2 points of damage. It is the soldier's turn. Seeing that his comrade just got turned into a writhing beast, instead of eliciting the reaction that you might like, he comes over to here and reloads, still staring at both 447 and Ankos.
Cool.
Tim Tom.
In a blind panic, Tim Tom takes knife, full round attacks this bitch.
-2 for the armor class attack rolls and reflex saving throws from being grappled, and -2 for being shaken.
So -4.
Yep.
And that's in addition to your
Natural 20 crits, so go ahead and roll the damage with the critical bonus.
You had everything going against you, but you still pulled it off.
Headstrong.
Damn.
22 points.
Headstrong.
You rolled at like a -8 and got a fucking nat 20.
You
That's nuts.
stab deep into its flesh, and it elicits like a gurgle and splitting of the seams as this thing writhes over, and the same knife wound that you just opened up grows teeth and fangs.
Continues
So-
to stab with a
so-
17. Does a 17 hit?
17 does not hit.
Tim Tom is now just flailing at this point. You just all you
So-
guys hear
okay.
is in your mind just blood curdling screams.
God.
So, with the attack, does it free Tim Tom from the grapple?
No.
Aw.
Fuck.
Ship worker, gonna go ahead and take a 5-foot step back
I
and go
am
to
not
shoot
in a good
Voss.
position right now.
Not enough. He trips and falls over the chair. Again, these people are in a blind fucking panic. It is Ankos' turn.
Alright, Ankos is getting an idea. For
You were
one,
over here next to the knife.
Yeah, I'm gonna let go of the knife and get an idea. Questions. Okay, what would happen to something if it was in the path of that energy shield if it was suddenly brought back online?
You don't know, actually.
Probably worth trying.
Yeah?
Fucking,
It sounds like a fun
how-
idea.
How hard would it be for me to reactivate this energy shield?
You take a look at it, and I mean, it looks like it was brought down successfully. The only problem with this is you'd have to make it over to where Tim Tom shut it down.
Oh, cause wait, I thought I was the one who shut it down.
You were both shutting it down.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna go ahead and leap over this table and sprint. So I believe my sprint it should be 80. Yeah, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. As I'm running, I'm going to scream to 447 and Tim Tom, put that thing in the line of the energy shield. Alright, so I think I've sprinted to about where he was. I
Sweet.
think I was 5, 15, 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 70, 80. Okay, well, I can't move any more than this, so I might have to move on
Oh
5 feet.
god, the accursed beast is gonna have its turn soon.
It's fine.
I'm about to fucking die. I'm about to get full round attacked by this
I
bitch.
really hate how this enemy is just called Accursed Beast.
And it's a fucking, and the icon's a fucking warp spawn from like fucking 40k. Fuck that.
It is the priest's turn. He is going to go ahead and seeing that Voss is just constantly advancing and trying to put a fucking axe through his head. He's going to take a 5-foot step back and cast another spell. She fails this and is now paralyzed.
Oh fuck.
Damn.
You see him
Hey,
go ahead and witness my power, and he holds out his hand again, makes a small sigil, and Voss goes from like advancing and confident to frozen like a statue. Still in that
had
slam.
every opportunity to yell out, "Witness your doom!"
He only does that if he does a damaging attack. Why would he do that for a hold person spell?
Oh, okay, never mind.
We are fighting the great and mighty, almighty Kevin, the evil vampire space wizard.
It is the beast's turn.
Oh fuck.
Grappled to Tim Tom, it just simply raises him up against the into the air and goes to slam him. Let's go ahead and do this. Oh, interesting! I can do a multi-attack.
Oh fuck.
Oh, interesting.
That's
Not for one. So it goes to slam you, but the knife that you have embedded in its skin drags off, and it just kind of like releases, and you roll off to the side just a bit.
I'm sorry. What
You
the
are no
fuck is
longer
it?
grappled.
KAC. It's KAC at a minus at a nat 1. It's a 22. My AC is
You-
22.
You roll off to the
But
side.
when
and
I
no
get
longer
flashbanged!
grappled. It is going to try and reach out with its horrible massive teeth and try to bite you, though.
Oh god damn it.
29 points of damage, which means that your stamina is gone and you take 20 points of health damage.
Oh.
Alright, so as it fails to go ahead and tentacle slam you against the ground, it just decides that as you are kind of like reeling and trying to get away from it, that it's just going to start ripping you apart with its teeth.
Oh
It's
my
horrible, horrible teeth.
God.
You see fur just go flying, you can see exposed muscle and fat. Tim Tom is just being ripped apart by many different mouths.
Wow.
So this is what it's like being mauled to death.
The bear gets mauled to death. Carthen, it's your turn.
Would you rather be alone in a forest with a man or the accursed beast?
I don't know. At this point, I think I'd rather take the dude than the fucking cursed
I think
beast.
I'd rather take a fucking shower with Jeffrey Dahmer than be anywhere near this fucking thing.
What did you want me to do, Devin?
I was saying concentration is a thing, right, Levi?
Concentration is a thing. Are you talking about for hold person, maybe?
I am, in fact.
Let me check. So, hold person, unfortunately, is not a concentration spell. I do not want you to waste your abilities. Wait a second, I should have made you take a spellcraft check. Never mind.
Well, I was asking that because I'm going to sprint up and replace Voss.
Fair. New threat.
New threat.
18. That is just enough. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, we know
Eight.
their AC.
You smash him horribly enough that he stumbles and is just like, fucking bastard! And he looks over to you and is just like, I'll hit you too! I'll get you all! I'm
Excellent.
evil!
I'm taking a level of photon attunement. That's my turn.
It's supposed to be spooky, but I'm making him cartoonish.
I think that the rug got pulled out from under him. He would have been evil had he not been betrayed.
He's getting beaten up. If he had, like, Voss on his side, he might have been scary.
His flashcards full of intimidating catchphrases kind of fell out of his hand at the start of the encounter, and now he's just trying
Very
to struggle.
true.
Look, Voss has already proven to be a scary motherfucker.
So,
I'm glad she's on our side.
Volker, I'd like to advise you on your turn to make a prepared action to activate that fucking force field when it starts moving forward.
Yeah, where's the fucking barrier gonna be? We don't know where the barrier is.
There's an emitter here and an emitter here.
Oh, okay.
It's basically in this entire.
Oh, I
line.
thought these things were the
yeah.
emitters.
They're
No,
not.
those are
it's-
disabled.
Okay,
Those
my
are
bad.
Yeah,
displays and
they
tables.
were further
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, we're kind of.
Am I in the path of the emitter?
No, I don't think.
No.
I think right
Okay.
here.
It's right in front of you.
Alright. I'm going to use my movement action to switch to my disintegrator cannon and aim and fire at the accursed beast.
A 16. That is just barely not enough.
Fuck.
So
Okay.
it swarms over him, and these dangerous-looking, yellow, almost sickly energies pass over and just kill redundant flesh, like the tendrils that
Yeah.
are flopping about. It barely even seems to register your presence. It is solely focused on murdering Tim Tom.
Fuck.
Voss, just kind of like standing still, she is going to make a will save. Kind of breaks out of her trance, just kind of shakes it off, almost look like she's shaking off rust, and it's just like, you didn't think that would hold me for long, did you? Yarich's turn.
Full attack. And on the priest. Come on, baby.
9 passes over his shoulder. Actually, it hits the accursed beast, and again, it just doesn't seem to care. Ship worker. Ship worker? Ship worker, are you asleep? Anyway, yeah, he's gonna shoot the accursed beast. No. Hydra Soldier. Again, kind of concerningly, he is solely focused on murdering you all, and he's just reloaded. So he's gonna go ahead and try to shoot 447.
Okay, he can try.
30.
That is a hit.
9 points.
I kind of don't care.
Fair enough. I mean, you have a shitload of stamina.
Yeah.
He just kind of like hits you with a singular shot and is continuing to line up shots. Timothy, you are not grappled, but you are scared.
Run. Run.
Fly,
Are you gonna take a movement action?
I'm
That
thinking,
thing
damn
probably
it.
has an attack of opportunity, you know it. And it has reach. I mean, I don't know.
You know, you're right. It probably does have reach. DM, I would like to attempt to grapple it and drag it over to the emitters.
Bad idea. It's gonna chase you. Just let it chase you.
You know
go
what?
ahead and give me a melee attack if you want to grapple it.
We're fucked.
You don't. There's still time to stop the key from turning. You don't have to do this.
You don't have to die an even more violent death, Matt.
I don't know what to.
Trust the process.
Fuck it! Fuck
Trust
it!
the
I'm running.
process.
No, fuck this! I'm running.
It goes to make an attack against you.
Fuck!
Oh,
And I'm down. Good night.
34. You try to run, but it grapples you again, and it goes ahead and inflicts the damage. So Tim Tom is slammed up against the ground. He is currently unconscious. The thing's not letting him go, and it looks like it's getting ready to rip him into 2 pieces.
oh my god.
Nice knowing you
Alright.
guys.
It's the prone ship worker, who, seeing Voss and is just kind of like shitting his pants, is gonna try and make 1 attack. 12. Nope. It just goes off into the corner. I imagine it cinematically, like, cuts just a little bit of her cheek, like the little bloody line.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like it'd be it. And Ghost, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to move up to the emitter, which should be right here. I'm going to prepared action to turn this thing on as soon as this accursed beast crosses the line.
Accursed beast.
Gotcha. You take a hold of the components that allow you to reassemble this thing. To see how effective it is, make another engineering check with your Jack of Trades.
Okay, do I still get the circumstantial bonus?
Yes.
or no? Okay.
You're using your gloves to kind of like identify the components.
+1. Please, God.
That's decent. That's decent. 10 is average.
I mean, it's also
Hydra
something.
beast.
Yeah.
Alright, so seeing how everything is
Oh, I'm
happening,
about
he
to
is
get
not
wishbone.
comfortable with it. Let's have him back up here as a 5-foot step with his movement action and attempt to do a mind thrust at 2nd level on Carthan. Can you give me a will save, Carthan? Holy shit, so you managed to take half damage.
Nice.
Aw.
Dupe. 17 points. Oh, sorry, half of that, so 16. That'd be 8. You take 8 points. He goes and tries to focus on his will and just kind of like intelligence and tries to create a resonance between you two. And you just kind of like merely shake it off. You're kind of working yourself up into a frenzy. It's not working on you.
Hey, goodbye, guys. I'm about to get ripped in half. I'm about to get wishboned, ain't I?
So, it's the beast's turn, and it's gonna go ahead and just, again, rip you apart. Yeah, you are dead. So
What
you all
the
see
fuck?
as Timothy, who is, you currently are, like, you're mostly normalized to him being intact. You watch a full, like, 12-foot tall bear be ripped into 2 separate parts and be scattered across the deck.
Oh, wait, hang on. Am I like waist down gone now?
You were ripped in half, and it is going to take its movement action to approach Ankos.
Well, that triggers and you're prepared.
But as soon as this
And-
thing gets into the line, I fucking plug these things together.
Just a giant pillar of dissonant energy just erupts. It is going to, shit, I guess it'll go ahead and take some damage.
One would hope.
I hope that's a lot of damage.
I hope what happened to Tim Tom
33
was worth
points.
it.
The energy just kind of like evaporates and takes off one of its many arms, and it backs up, just kind of letting out a howling scream as it flops to the floor on your side of the energy barrier. You see that the arm is regrowing currently, and it is like basically looking around in a furious rage at this energy beam.
It's on this side, though.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Carthan's
Plugs
turn.
can be unplugged. Cool. Let me check my. Yep. Taking 2nd level into Photon Revelation. Moving forward 5 feet, and Carthan Smash.
Carthan smash. Unfortunately, what you smash is the chair instead of the priest.
That is
It
okay.
crumbles in like a tin can. The priest is just kind of like wide-eyed looking at that and going, "That could have been me, you bastard! What are you trying to do, kill me?" It's 447's turn.
Well, there's now an energy barrier between me and anything I could attack. I am alone with Ankos on the other side of this energy beam.
I mean, you say alone. You've seen there's now a separated, thrashing, living arm next to me.
Ooh, interesting. Hold on. I wanna do something off of that.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, there you go. I thought
Give me
you
a
were.
second.
Yeah. Okay.
Now,
Cool.
give me a second, real quick.
Make it
Appearance,
tiny.
height, width, identity, severed limb. And let me go ahead and adjust some of its values.
Oh no.
Why did it grow back big?
It's a severed limb, and Karth is not over here to eat it. What are we gonna do?
You're on your own. You have to
I
give
mean,
You're on your own,
Tim-
Noble.
I mean, Tim Tom has a couple of legs for Carthan to eat, so, you know.
There we go.
Oh lord.
Let's go ahead and adjust its hit points. We'll make it that and that. Alrighty. And,
Mine is a 111.
yeah, don't worry about it. There's the severed limb. Alright, it's 447's turn. You see that it's still writhing.
I would like to aim my disintegrator cannon at the severed limb and fire.
Alright, go ahead. That is enough. Go ahead and roll damage.
Alright, fantastic.
7 points. You see that the fire burns away at it, but horrifyingly, it's still alive.
I'm gonna use my movement to get a
I'm gonna
little
roll
bit
initiative for
closer.
the severed limb. Alright. It is Voss's turn. Seeing that you all are kind of like conjoining on the same person, Voss is going to help you kick this man's ass. 20, 19 points. Just kind of simply hits him with the end butt of her axe and swings it around in this momentum and hits him directly in the leg, which causes it to come off. He's still alive, writhing on the floor. You see that his tongue is kind of like around like a worm. It's not pleasant. Yarich.
Fire! Drop!
Tally ho, lads! He pops out of the vent and fires again. It still hits the fucking ceiling. It
I'm
is
not
the
popping out the
shipworker's
vent.
turn.
I'm just staying there.
Fair enough. The shipworker
He's
sees
using
this
the- he's
terrible
using the-
abomination and goes to shoot it.
He's using the fucking,
Nope.
the vent as like a trench. He's just firing from the top of the trench.
Hydra
That actually
soldier.
makes sense.
He is going to come over 5, 10, 15, and go to shoot Nevada. 28. 9 points of damage. You can see that she's starting to get a bit bloodied. Kind of similar to Carthan in that state. Timothy, you're dead. Severed Limb's turn.
Severed limbs turn.
It's gonna go ahead and just move. 5.
Oh, fuck off!
5 feet. And
That's
it's slowly getting closer to Ankos. It's just kind of like
Kick it!
I'm not fucking going anywhere near that thing.
It's okay.
Shipwrecker
I'll
is going
handle
to get
it.
up from his prone state and join his friend in shooting this terrible abomination. Scrap gun has a range increment of 60 feet, and he is 65. -2 for the ranged penalty. 11. Nope. Ankos' turn.
I'm gonna keep this barricade up. I'm assuming I'm holding these leads together to make this work, so I'm just...
I will say that you probably, by your own determination, are either holding it together yourself or you have put something in place that it is holding together, like twisted wires or something.
I don't want... If this barricade goes down, I will die. I'm gonna make sure this thing stays up.
Fair enough. You are reinforcing the barrier. I will give it extra HP.
Yeah, maybe if I can do anything other than that, I'm just gonna say to 447, what the fuck do we do?
It's the priest's turn. He is prone on the ground. There's really not much that he can do besides just
Get kicked.
get up from prone on one leg and just hop.
God, look at his health.
Standard action. Just kind of like hop over to this square 5 feet. It's gonna go, "'Tis but a flesh wound." It's the accursed beast's turn.
Cursed beast.
It sees Ankos,
Start
and it
eating.
wants Ankos. It's gonna start just slamming the barricade. Bunch of teeth. Bunch of teeth. Tentacle
Bunch of-
slam.
Ah!
Critical tentacle slam.
Oh no.
So you are reinforcing the barrier. Let's see, that's 29 plus 48 points. That is 77 points of damage inflicted to this barrier. You see that it is, like, receiving this energy and glowing bright, and the panel that you are holding together, you see sparks flying from it, and certain circuitry looks like it's starting to overheat.
God damn it.
Carthen's turn.
Carthen smash.
You know what? I will give him a bit of, like, dissonance energy just for hitting this thing twice. 2d6, 2d6. That
Actually-
is 14 points of damage.
You know what, Levi? Carthen's not going to smash.
Really?
Carthen is going to step in, take his 3rd level of Stellar Photon Attunement,
Oh boy.
and then he is going to Supernova the Hydra Priest in the
What?
center of the chest.
Is that... Hold on, that's 10 feet range, right? Can you exclude people?
Double check.
Because it does say within to all creatures within 10 feet of you. Or wherever you designate, because you have that certain I think it's
True.
distant burst.
Distant burst. Oh man. I'll tell you what, Levi. You raise a fantastic point. I'm actually going to burst this space over here.
Okay, cool. Let's do the soldier, fail, ship worker, success. Second one, no. So basically full, half full. 19 points to this individual. Searing flesh, kind of not reacting to pain, which is uncomfortable. The ship worker is screaming. The other ship worker is dead.
Oh,
It is now 447's turn. This guy is still hobbling on one foot and just kind of like... He's still kind of like making the little jazz hands at you, like he's about to cast something and his tongue is still going wild.
I'm going to stomp over to the severed limb and just fucking raise my foot and squash it.
Fair enough.
I get a bonus because I shot at my previous turn.
Okay.
Attack bonus, it looks like opening volley, plus 2 circumstance bonus to the melee attack roll.
Yep.
Alright, one moment.
Opening roll is fucking great.
Natural 20
Wow.
points for
There are a lot
Crit
of
damage.
crits happening.
26, you stamp directly onto the bone, and you hear a sickening crunch as it just goes limp and
When
dies.
that barrier goes down, Ankos, run.
You have to tell me twice.
Boss's turn. Seeing that this individual is just kind of like acting the silly, he's gonna come up and give him a good old unarmed strike.
God, where are
Natural
these
20
20
again!
24 points of damage. She goes ahead, takes up her fist, which is like covered in the glowing plates of Solarian armor, and you can just hear these sounds of fire whooshing as she goes and smashes him directly across the torso.
And the fucking One Punch Man theme, it seems.
You know what?
He is reduced to 0 HP and dies. That was supposed to be a non-lethal hit. Yarich's turn.
So, I think I have a full clear attack on this dude with my weapon, right?
You do? Go ahead.
Full attack?
That reach is like 100 feet, right?
Yeah. Alright.
Okay,
Yeah, Yari,
19
get
is
him.
enough.
You just watched your buddy get ripped in half, wishbone style. I still don't know by what metric of ripped in half. Are we talking ripped in half across the waist, or
What?
vertically or
You-
horizontally?
Did you roll that right? Was that really just 1d6 plus 2?
I don't know how to roll for full attack on the attack thing.
Oh, are you trying to do a full attack?
Yeah,
Do it again with the full attack penalty. That's how you do it.
right. Here's the second.
Second one misses, sadly. 4 points of fire damage. It kind of sizzles away at it just a little bit. This ship worker, he is on fire, burning. There's death from all sides of him. he is going to go catatonic, just on the floor, hold his hands on his head, and cry for it to all be over.
Yeah.
I am going to remove him from the combat tracker. He's going to scoot underneath the table.
He.
It's the soldier's turn. He is going to go ahead and wander over to right here and go to shoot Carthan. 25 for 10 points of damage. Timothy, you're dead.
And then there's
Ankos.
Tim Tom. He's dead.
He's dead.
What do I do?
What do I do, Lord?
Destroy the child.
Make a
Collect them
prepare
all.
action to run as soon as this thing breaks the
Nah.
force room.
I mean,
Honestly, prepared action to guarded step as soon as it comes within melee range of you would be really smart.
yeah, I guess I'll do that. I'm gonna keep the barricade up and prepare the guarded step just to get away.
Okay. So, I will warn you. Can you give me, let's say, you don't have any, like, skills in the arcane. Give me a perception check.
Okay, second.
You can see that its tentacle attack has a range increment of 15 feet.
Let's look up the guarded step rules real quick, because that might not...
Okay.
Alright. Anything else on your turn?
I really can't think of anything else. I mean, I don't want to just drop this fucking. Well, hold on. What's the turn order right
Okay,
now?
guarded step, you can carefully step 5 feet as a move action. So yeah, basically you could guard a step away from it, but you still might be within its range.
Well, the
If he
problem
guarded
is-
stepped, he would be 20 feet. I mean, it could...
But it could move in on its
Yeah.
turn.
It might not be smart
You
enough
might,
to move in.
you might prevent one attack from it. Like, as in, it might try to smash the barrier, and when the barrier goes down, it might have to move closer to like, get to one of you. No, it hit Cart... Oh, wait, no, it has singular focus. No, it's going after Ankos. It doesn't give a shit.
You know, if that's the case, if it's singular focus, I am going to look back at 447 and go, guess I'm the rabbit now, and I'm going to drop the connection and run to the other side of the room. Full speed.
Alright, it is
Yeah,
weakened enough
good
from
call.
your lack of ministration that the barrier goes down.
So, let me see. Let's do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45.
God
50,
damn, you're
55,
fast.
75.
I will be
Paladin-
I will be nice and
wait,
say
yeah.
that it does not provoke an attack of opportunity.
Oh, thank you. I didn't even think about that.
Actually,
So-
you know what? Do you have acrobatics?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, roll an acrobatics check. Fuck it. That's how you avoid attacks of opportunity.
Oh.
Pretty damn good acrobatics, actually.
So you go ahead and basically roll out of the way, jump onto the table, and just start running across the room.
Yeah. And this thing is now going to be within hurt distance of 447, and hopefully he still wants me.
Let's see, real
So I can
quick.
just lead this fucking thing on a goddamn chase.
Its speed is that. Oh shit, it would have a burrow speed, but I mean that's not applicable on a metal
On a
deck.
spaceship? Yeah, no.
On a spaceship,
yeah,
no.
yeah, he can sure try it. Let him do it so he can vent himself out of the ship.
Alright, so this thing, seeing that the barrier has gone down, just kind of like slams two of its biggest primary arms into the ground and just starts.
Attack opportunity.
Go ahead, 447.
What do you mean attack of opportunity? Did it go right past my
It
third
walked
square?
right past you,
Okay,
yes.
yeah. Alright, I'm gonna hit it with a hammer fist, I guess.
28 is enough. Roll the damage. 11 points, pretty good.
As it comes
You
past me,
silly
I
lad.
just shove my hand straight into one of its open bits, grab onto something, and rip out.
Yeah, it comes off like Play-Doh, horrifically. And seeing as how it's 15 feet away, as it
So
rips out one of its tentacles, is gonna go and try to tentacle attack you.
Can I use this? Is this thing a piece of cover of some kind?
Sure.
Alright, so I will take that and bonus see if I can.
Yep.
It's gonna be
Let's go ahead and
yes.
have its... yes. 40.
Well, Unfortunately,
shit!
definitely hits.
The tentacle wraps around you and drags you right up to it, and it just starts wailing. 23 points of damage.
Okay, not the worst yet. Let me see.
It hits you and knocks the air out of your lungs. You are wrapped by one of these tentacles. It's Carthan's turn.
God damn it.
Yes, I am taking a level of photon attunement, moving up to this Hydra Soldier and attempting to smash his skull in.
Oh, whoa, hey, why the fuck did I look?
Wait, whoa, what just happened?
Nothing,
Plus
nothing,
23.
fucking-
Your health should be max.
My health should be max, my hit points should be 11. But Starfinder's fucking retarded, and fucking boxes don't like having no values on them.
Whoa, why'd your shields go up?
I'm just trying to fix my stuff. It should be 11 points of stamina, 30... Oh my god, why the fuck did these
Minus
things not-
23.
Yes.
You should have 12 points left. 23, 35 minus 23.
34
That's
minus...
that's 12.
Oh shit, I was looking at the wrong boxes. I'm sorry, I'm stupid.
No, you're fine. Okay, what are we doing? Carthan hit. Carthan hits.
Carthan hits. Beautiful.
Carthan hits. What?
Okay, that's not
What?
right.
You rolled the wrong thing right there.
I rolled the wrong thing, yeah. Hold on a second. There we go, 9.
9. You go ahead and smash him pretty good. Knock him down and swinging it up for the next probably killer blow. 447's turn.
Alright. I'm going to simply swivel on my heel and track this thing with my disintegrator cannon and let out a beam.
Switch to it with the movement, and then go ahead and, yeah, that's enough. Go ahead and give me the damage roll.
Seems like its EAC is way lower than its KAC, for the record.
13 points of damage. Another good hit. It's just... You can't tell if it's not responding to the damage, but the physical wear and tear is showing. It's boss's turn. She is going to go ahead and 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. What is her base speed? Yep, that's it. Yarich's turn.
Yarich will be right behind Voss. Loop.
And we'll switch over to the soldier's turn. Seeing as how you are now engaged in fisticuffs, he's going to try and punch you.
Yep.
6 points.
Yowie.
It slams down and the Thunder Strike aspect just activates and you hear the sudden snap shock and it's kind of like a flashbang going off in front of your face. It's not very
I'm
pleasant.
dead!
Yeah, Timothy's dead.
Every time he says that, it just makes me laugh.
Ankos' turn.
I want to get out of this thing's grasp.
Here's an interesting proposition. The knife is still on the table.
Yeah? I'm gonna grab it and
Finish.
swing at this tentacle.
Yeah, give me a strength thingy.
Oh god, here we go. Athletics or just flat strength?
Either one. It's your choice.
Athletics. is the best
22.
chance.
You go ahead and rip the knife out of the table, and I will add it to your inventory. Here you go.
Alright,
Stab.
I imagine you're getting
I'm
mauled.
gonna try and
You're
cut
just-
this fucking thing off of me.
Kill, kill, kill.
-2 because you are grappled.
True.
That being said, that does hit, so go ahead and give me the damage roll.
Alright.
6 points of damage. It really doesn't respond to physical pain, but I will make it take a fortitude save to see if it just drops you. 31, it's fine.
Well, I did something at least.
It is the accursed beast's turn.
Well, time to go join
Goodbye.
Tim Tom.
It's gonna go ahead and hit you with the tentacle attack again to try and slam you against the ground.
Well, I'm dead.
Can
Goodbye,
you, like,
everybody.
acrobatics your way out of this thing's grasp?
47 points of damage.
Oh, I'm actually not gonna be dead.
Let's see, so 47 minus 12.
Oh,
Yeah, but it can
I'll be
multi-attack,
I'll be
though.
dead by 1.
So that's going to be, once it is dealt with the stamina, 35 points of damage, and you have 34 hit points left.
Yeah.
Alright,
So in total, that's 46
Zero
points. So this
stamina.
thing kills me by 1.
0 HP.
Fuck.
You are now dying. Not dead, dying. And it's going to go ahead and raise you over its head and just slam you down into the deck 15 feet here.
Great.
It is still very angry, and it's looking over at your unconscious body. Carthen's turn.
Carthen smash. Carthen smash, and Carthen take another point of attunement.
Hit. That is dead.
Cool.
You go ahead and slam him down to the ground, break his knee, and he is currently sitting there motionless on the ground. Again, just weirdly. 447's per turn, unless you want to make a movement.
Yep, Carthen's just going to move up a little bit.
Here we go.
Okay. I would like to let me think about this real quick. Okay. I want to move up to where Ankos is, and I would like to use athletics to grab him by the collar of his shirt and fucking slide him across the deck floor as hard as I can that way.
Make a athletics check. His unconscious body, you pick it up over your head and just kind of like bowling maneuver. I'll say that, do you want to go like 5 feet in this direction?
Yes.
Alright, so you go 5 feet in this direction, kind of like bowling. He slides over right through the bloody, disgusting remains of Tim Tom and rests right on top of his severed legs.
Alright.
Just
Like a
right into
pillow.
his chest cavity.
That was an action, but I suppose that's my turn. I tried to keep my comrade safe.
He's
Fair
gonna
enough.
wake up wrapped in fucking bear intestines.
You do have a movement action left. I will
Oh
say.
yeah, I do have some speed of movement left, that is true. I think I moved 10 feet to get up to there, so I'm going to move my remaining 20 backwards.
You could position yourself in such a way that you could get an attack opportunity against it again.
Ooh, true.
Just
So
moving
it's
there
still
with-
technically coming for fucking
It looks like it, even as you threw it, its head like lurched violently, muscles kind of like
Okay.
rippling as it sees Ankos'
It's
unconscious
still going to
body.
come for Ankos. Got it. So honestly,
And you're still in the
yeah,
path.
yeah. I'm gonna move
Okay.
forward probably just one, and I think it should cross through one of my squares on its way over.
Alright, fair enough. It is Voss's turn. Seeing all of this shit happening, she's going to step onto Ankos' back, leap over the carnage. I'm gonna have her make an athletics check.
Breaks
20.
a-
Just
breaks
kind
one of Tim Tom's
jumps
ribs.
all the way over to here, slams down onto the ground, and goes over to try and hit this thing with her axe.
God damn, this bitch has balls. Fuck.
28 points. Slashes into it with her Doshko. And it goes to Yarich's turn. You see that the bile and gore from this thing's wounds has just splattered across her front.
Yarich, seeing that he can't do too much damage, he's going to see that this dude's stuck under here, and he's going to go, please help. If we don't take care of that beast, we're all dead.
I think we've got on the ropes right now, Yarich.
He's got his hands to his face, and you just hear him saying, "Make it stop! Make it stop! Make it stop! Make it stop!" Anything else?
Fine, I'll position myself here and fire once at the thing. Using this table or chair for cover.
Fair enough.
Do. And fire. Nope.
8 is not enough.
It hits, but doesn't affect.
Indeed. Timothy, you're dead.
I'm dead!
Ankos, you lose a point of resolve. You were at 4, so now you're at 3.
Can't he spend resolve right now to stabilize?
Yeah, do you want to spend a quarter of your resolve, which would be 1 point, to try and become stable?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Alright, you're now at 2.
Oh, sweet.
You are no longer dying, just unconscious. It is the accursed beast's turn. It's gonna make an athletics check. Alright, Nevada is gonna try and make an athletics check.
Ooh.
This thing just tramples her.
Fuck me running.
I will give it... We'll say it's mass. It's a large creature. I'll give it like 3d6 points of damage. Bludgeoning, 8 points. Nevada just gets trampled. She is now prone, took some damage. It goes right over to 447. You wanna go and
Alright.
give me an athletics check?
Ooh. Really? It's...
Yes.
Okay, I didn't figure I was in its space.
Natural
Oh.
20. I will say that you are capable of basically just kind of like stopping this creature in its tracks.
Cool. As I see it
Give me your
coming,
attack opportunity.
as I see it coming, I'm going to kind of plant my feet solidly on the ground with 2 massive metallic thuds. And as it comes forward, I brace my arms in front of me, and it impacts me, and I scoot back ever so slightly, sending sparks along the ground as this thing just cannot move past the wall that is me. And while it's braced against my arms, I rear my helmeted head back and slam it into the beast.
Brave of you to put your head anywhere near this thing.
Damage.
Damn.
14.
Nice.
You not only stop it, but you also hit it so hard that it sent kind of reeling backwards. And to put this in perspective, you basically put yourself in front of this thing, it put up its 2 giant mutated arms, you put up both of your arms and caught its fists, feet grinding against the floor, and then just headbutted it.
Not one step closer.
Now, that was its full action. Goes to Carthan's turn. If it had reached Ankos, it would have killed him.
Yes.
Very cool. Well, Levi, I'm taking my 3rd level of Photon Attunement, and then I'm going to Supernova. Let's see here, since... Well... Oh wait, no, that's fine. So I'm gonna center it on this space here.
Try to burn it.
Yep, DC 16.
It gets half damage. Go ahead.
27, though.
That's quite a lot. That's 13 points. Sunlight begins to boil off of its ever-mutating, regenerating flesh.
Very cool. Carthan's going to muscle in as well. That's the turn.
It is now 447's turn.
Okay. Still gridlocked with this thing. I'm going to release my grasp from one of its meaty tendrils and attempt to just punch it again.
That is not enough. You slam your fist down, and because you get to release one of its arms, it just kind of like violently slaps your arm aside.
Alright.
And you kind of shift in balance as you two are in a struggle.
I'm going to remain here. It's my turn.
Voss is going to go ahead and try to get up. However,
Would
this thing has
Voss
other
get
plans for
a?
her.
Would Voss at that point get a flanking bonus?
Yes, technically. However, getting up from prone is a attack of opportunity. So it is going to go ahead and try to tentacle attack her. Yep. It slams her back down against the ground. She is up, but she is also grappled. 26 points of damage and grappled.
It's just screaming at this point.
It is just screaming. It won't stop screaming, actually.
No, all of us are just screaming. It's just screams.
Fair. It just screams all around.
It just screams in the bridge of the ship.
She is going to go ahead and, I mean, seeing as how her Doshko is a two-handed weapon and being grappled does not let you use 2 hands, she's going to try an unarmed attack it. 28, 13 points. She goes in and just tries to rip off one of its limbs, just kind of like tearing at the seams in the flesh, which are growing teeth. It just won't stop. Yarich's turn.
Come on, Yarich, kill the bastard! It's right fucking there!
We're
I
holding
don't
it
know if
for
I
you.
should full attack or not.
I don't care, just do fucking something!
First full attack, second full attack. Oh!
The duality of Yarich.
11 points of damage. You strike this thing, and it hits it directly dead center in the torso, and this giant mound of like writhing flesh just collapses right on top of 447. It's like his visor is just filled with like a mouth that's like covering over him, the teeth like folding over.
Wow. Hey.
That resolves combat.
Yarich is going to go over.
Oh.
Get Ankos out.
Out
Like-
of
like-
Tim Tom.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, Ankos looks like he's just chilling, but, I mean, he's chilling in the gory remains of, like, what was Tim Tom's abdomen.
I'm gonna help fucking roll this creature off of 447.
It makes
So-
this disgusting sound as you just roll
I am
it off
flat
of
on
him.
my back, my arms splayed out on the deck, and I'm covered in viscera.
I am going to offer an arm down to help you up.
My visor tilts up slightly towards you, and a bloody mechanical hand grasps yours.
It's over.
As you pull
Well,
yourselves up,
at least it's
Nevada
not
is
my guts all
unwrapping
over
herself.
So, I get Enkos here, and I'm gonna start putting Tim Tom together again.
So
May I make a medicine check just to get his parts back into place? So
Can I
that
put
when-
Tim Tom together like a fucking Bionicle set?
give me a medicine check.
There's my medicine.
24. Seeing as how you are so tiny and he is so huge, you come to the realization that, like, you can get all of, like, his internal organs and just kind of start stuffing them back in there.
Putting them back
this man
into
is
place.
this man is divided in two and weighed
Stuff
what,
him
like
back in there.
1,500 pounds.
Yeah.
It's a lot of bear
447,
viscera.
Enkos, can you move his lower torso back into place?
I am still unconscious.
Yeah, I guess.
Angus is still just
Oh,
covered in
right.
bear viscera in his
I'm
As you
going.
walk
I'm
up-
going after Karth helps me up. I'm going to give him a solemn nod and release my grasp from his hand,
So-
which is now also covered in blood. And I'm
So-
going to
so-
move over to Tim Tom's body and help Yarich put him
So,
back together.
as you guys are dragging parts of Tim Tom's head lolls over. His eyes are still open, glassy-eyed, looking at Yarich.
I imagine his spirit's just watching Yarj pull.
Actually, hold on. Yarich, make a will save.
Oh.
Death is frightening to you now.
Oh my
Just
god.
that.
For the
It's not-
recording, that's a nat one.
It's not just that he's dead and that you're putting together an old friend. You are a child that has been through a lot of psychological trauma. So whenever Timothy's head like leans over to you, and you see that the eyes where the pupils should be are like glowing and sizzling, and as his like mouth comes into focus, you just see like his teeth bared in this terrible rictus grin. You are shocked.
Holy fuck.
Sickened and shaken. So, yeah, when that happens, 447, you look down to see what, like, Yarich was looking at, and you just see the severed head of Tim Tom. Nothing out of the normal. Nothing out of the
Wait,
ordinary.
severed head?
You were torn into two different fucking pieces. I imagine that, like, your limbs just started popping off.
Yarj is hiding underneath the table.
I look down at the glassy-eyed, open-mouthed corpse of Tim Tom, and then at Yarich cowering in the corner, and I simply stop pushing the other half of Tim Tom into place. I am not a medical professional, and to me, he looks dead, Jim.
Yeah, Carthen is making sure that Voss is like sufficiently untangled.
Yeah, she pulled one of the limbs off of her and just kind of, like, picked up her Doshko and
Aspect's
cracks
gonna
her
have to put
neck.
him back together.
Ah, that was exciting.
I'm going to stomp over to Ankos' body, and since he is still alive, I'm going to pick him up and slump him over my shoulder.
There, more blood just kind of, like, is
Leaks
coating
out.
your armor. You have both the beast's blood, you have Timothy's blood, and you have Ankos' blood all over you.
It's been one hell of an afternoon.
So with that, I'm going to go ahead and transfer us to, we'll just say the asteroid belt map. Let me go ahead and pull off the combat track, bring this back to some ambience.
I'm going
You
to
on? I'm gonna go
carefully
fucking.
approach.
Not-
Go on.
I gotta go run laundry real quick. So
Yeah.
you guys continue on. I'll let you know when I'm back.
I'm going to carefully approach Yarich and lay Enkos down in front of him. This one is still in one piece. I need you to see what you can do to get him up. Aspect will take care of the doctor.
Yarich is just kind of shaking nervously. There was something in his eyes.
He's dead. It happens to all of us. It happened to you once.
Yeah. Yarich nods and begins work on Enkos.
You go ahead and treat his condition. You are level 5, right, Angos? I imagine. Do you have a medkit of your own, or do you have to borrow Tim Tom's?
I think I have one of my own now. Does it?
Then it should be.
Nope, I'll borrow Tim Tom's.
Yeah, okay. So his medkit is 25 DC medical checks to treat deadly wounds. So you rolled a 26, one above that. He gets back 5 HP. We're back in the land of the living, Nikos. Waking up from your stupor. You remember this thing descending on you? You planted your knife in its flesh, and then there was this feeling of flying, and then you hit something really hard and everything went dark.
And now both 447 and Yarich are leering over you.
447 is covered in blood.
Yes, I'm covered in a shocking amount of blood.
I'm gonna look over it. I'm gonna look to Yarich and say, thanks. And I'm gonna look at 447 and go, you good, bro?
I am in better shape than you, detective. I offer you, once again, a bloody mechanical hand to help you back to your feet.
I'm gonna take one of my healing syringes and stab myself in the leg first, and then after I do that, then I'm gonna get up.
Oh, yeah, sure. 11 points. Funnily enough, healing magic hurts more than receiving the injury itself. We're going dungeon meshy style.
Yeah.
You stab it into your leg, and you feel your own metabolism speed up. The heat in your leg builds to an intense level. You hear bones snapping and melding back together, and after a moment of horrendous pain, you stand back up and, still feeling sore but more intact.
Once you're on your feet, I release your hand. I know you're not exactly in a good way, detective, but we need your help.
Yeah. Oh, no rest for the wicked. Let's get going. I'm gonna like basically like, you know, slap myself in the face and spend a point of resolve to fucking get my stamina back.
Gotcha. You all can, like, rest and spend a point of stamina to get back your shit.
Can
Yes,
I
please.
use?
I'm doing okay.
Can I use a point of resolve to not only get my stamina, but to break myself of this kind of...
I will say you will not need that. If you want to regen your stamina, feel free, but after a while of being away from Tim Tom's corpse, which is starting to smell real bad, you will rest for like 15 minutes and get back your stamina.
Alright, Aspect. Please help Tim Tom.
The only response you have is Tim Tom's dead body.
Is he not gonna come back from this, I wonder? I don't think any of us have ever gotten fucked up that bad.
Hell, we're not leaving him here.
Yeah, at the very least, we'll take his bits back with us, but I have to wonder if Aspect can even do anything with that. If she will do anything with that.
It took her a long time to put us back together at the warehouse. That wouldn't
Yeah,
surprise me if it
and the
would take
damage
a while.
wasn't nearly as bad as it was this time around.
She also said she needed something the
Oh,
last
well.
time.
Yarich is going to drag one of the dead bodies over near Tim Tom.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Not much of a response.
And he's just going to let whatever happens and just goes off. He's going to check all the consoles, see if everything's still functioning.
So we're
After
still
the fire.
we're still functioning on the bridge, yes.
Yeah, you are on the bridge currently.
Alright.
Should I make a computers engineering or what to make sure the bridge is still fully functional?
Engineering.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and address the captain first. You know, this is still her ship after all. And say, shit, what do I say after something like this? That was a lot messier than I thought it was gonna be.
She has this sharp-toothed smile as she looks at you. just kind of holding her Doshko, which is now deactivated and in staff form, over her head and kind of like resting on her shoulder. Like I said, exciting. So, what about your ship? The one that is hurtling after us?
We should probably bring this to a stop and rendezvous. We need to coordinate.
Is I in a stop?
Oh yeah. Oh, no, they took off and they were being chased by. Oh yeah.
No, I set down the engine. The
Okay.
thrusters.
Okay, well, I need to make contact with the Tempest Born, and we need to go ahead and coordinate the counter strike. Fucking the counter strike.
Well, I'd love to link you into our comm station, but somebody blew up our communications array.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Unfortunate bit of business.
It was a pretty nasty slugging fight, but you know, I'd like to say the worst is over, but we haven't even been set upon the Anarchy's reign yet, so this is going to be interesting.
I'm going to go rally the crew, and she is going to step off of the bridge and leave the room.
If there's no functional comm equipment, I'm going to arrange to get transport to the Tempest Born.
Carthan is going to probably make his way back to the dropship at this point.
Fair enough. If
Yikes.
you all are making your way to the dropship, what are we doing with Tim Tom?
What are you doing here, Reach? I'm just curious.
Yarge is just gonna sit in the captain's chair and just checking everything.
I will stay on the bridge with the Reach and Tim
Yeah.
Tom. I don't want us to
Yeah,
get
also-
too separated.
Also, maybe we shouldn't leave her completely by herself yet. She could just say, fuck it, and just leave if nobody's here to stay in contact.
Oh, she's your
with her.
girlfriend.
All right. Let's not make this a thing. This bitch is probably in the CBT. I'm not trying to be like that.
Grab his dick and twist it!
Anyways, yeah, I will go ahead and leave 447 yards to the bridge. I'm gonna let y'all handle that. I'm gonna go talk to the Tempest Born.
So you're going to the dropship,
Yeah,
along with Carthan.
yeah.
Do
I
we want
mentioned
to
it-
lug Tim Tom's corpse back down there?
I don't know.
Prob-
Maybe we just
probably
leave Tim
should-
Tom's corpse on the bridge for now.
Um,
We still have a lot to do, and it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Also true.
I leave Tim Tom's body in the hands of our medical professional. Well, not medical professional, the medical protege.
Our secondary medical professional.
So
Well-
you and Karth exit the bridge, and
Acting.
you're actually on the same path that Voss is. And you can see her as you're like navigating through the different sections, seeing all of the carnage and kills that you've like just brought upon this vessel. Each time she passes by a body, she laughs. Maybe sometimes she kicks one of them
What a
and continues
psychopath.
walking on.
Well, sorry about the ship, but trust me, after this, I think you can probably stand for an upgrade.
Oh, the killing blow's been through a lot worse.
Well, if nothing else, and I've been sitting on this for a while, as I suppose the most enticing reward I think I can feasibly offer, even if the what's the planet again? I never do this every single fucking time. Korax, Serax,
Zavoth 3?
Zavoth 3.
Castellum? I don't know.
Castellum, that's it. Yeah, Castellum. Even if their reward is lacking, Anarchy's reign's gonna be without a crew or a captain when we're done with it. So, I don't know. Just putting them on the table for you.
I need a moment to think. A lot of plans have changed, and, well, to be honest, I'm lacking many of the crew of my ship. Kinda stranded now, unless you offer a helping hand.
Well, that's the intent. As long as our interests align, you'll get all the support you need from us. Anarchy's reign needs to go down, and this assault needs to be broken. I don't care how it
Acting so
happens, we're gonna make that
professional.
happen.
Whatever you say, cop. And she kind of slugs you just a little bit. Anyway, let's get to your dropship.
We're gonna do
So, you all navigate down to the hangar section and find, once again, the dropship embedded into the hangar with, like, containment fields keeping the atmosphere from leaving the hangar bay. I mean, there's a giant fucking hole in the front of the dropship, and it currently looks like there are several people which are like crew of the dropship, kind of just running around, helping injured, pulling them out, bringing them to sections where they can be treated.
And not only that, my drone's going back and forth.
Yeah, the drone is actively stealing stuff off of the hangar bay and bringing it to the dropship.
I am going to find whoever looks like they are probably the most put together person of the crew of the dropship right now and get a status report.
That would probably be, shit, one of the unnamed personnel, considering all of the named people in the hangar got sucked out the front.
I was about to say, is Zacharias still
Yeah, is he alive?
taking a nap in his command throne?
You're not sure where he is. You don't see him immediately out here. Now, you get a status report of the ship, and they just tell you, look, man, look at this fucking thing. Does this look like it's in any capacity to move or be space-worthy? He just kind of throws his arms up to the giant hole. The dropship, might I remind you, is like 40 feet in width, and is just burrowed its way into the sides of a starship.
Well, I see that.
Like a parasitic larva.
Well, if the ship's fucked, at least, what does it look like for casualties? Zacharias alive?
From what I can tell, most of the bridge crew are dead. That's about 8 or so of us, and we're a crew of 25.
Well,
No.
I'm sorry for inflicting losses upon you, but if it makes you feel any better, the mission was successful.
I mean, hey, I've still got the skin on my back. I'm one of the fortunate few to not have any connections here, but there are a few of us that are a bit more than perturbed.
Well, we're gonna save a lot of people in Castellum. The ends will unfortunately have to justify the means.
Can you make a diplomacy check?
Wow.
This guy just kind of like, in the wake of all of this carnage, you can tell he might actually be in shock. And he just kind of like raises up his arms and just goes, whatever, buddy. I got injured to treat.
I'm gonna... Fucking Christ. Alright, well if that's the case, I'm gonna turn to the captain and ask her, got any barges off of this thing?
Oh, like escape boats?
Just anything to get us to the Tempestborn. As you can see, our ship is a little... It's at about the same shape as the doctor on the bridge right now.
Well, I can tell you, beyond
Alright, I'm
EVA
back.
skiffs, there's not much in terms of getting off of the ship. She did have a couple of escape boats, but to prove a lesson, I did end up cutting them loose. People on board.
Trying to figure out whether or not to laugh or be horrified at that. I'm just gonna go... Alright then, I think I'm gonna go see if I can scour the comm equipment on the dropship.
Oh, your folks, that's about, what I'd say, a quarter capacity? If your forces were to join mine, we'd need more.
Most likely. I mean,
Alright, I'm back.
anyone who's fit to crew who isn't actively treating the wounded, I'd say put them to work as you see fit. And I'm going to announce to them that the captain standing to my left is going to be their new boss for a little bit.
That smile hasn't gone away, and as soon as you give authority over to her, she's just like, alright, you bastards, get those of us that can stand up and run, and we got repairs to make. As that is tended to, what is your next course of action?
I want to see if the dropship itself has any functional combo equipment.
Oh, it certainly does. The bridge is all
Okay.
fucked up, but most of the equipment there is still functional.
I am
You
going
go
to...
ahead.
Yeah.
You have to clamber inside through the hole, but you get a hold of the comm station, and I assume establish connection with the Tempestborn.
Yes.
You see a injured Francis. He currently has like a couple of bandages wrapped around his head, kind of like from where he took a tumble and a spill, but it looks like they've actually let him back up on the bridge, as opposed to her first mate's, like, hesitation.
Right.
He sees you, and instead of like that cold-hearted merc smile, he actually gives you like a genuine, warm, like glad to see you kind of expression. Ah, Ankos, how are you doing? I assume it's going well?
Well, We've taken the ship, and even better, we've even convinced the captain to join our side. We've ousted the cultists and are now on to phase 2.
Yes, we were approaching. We were hasn't used weapons while we were still on board, but we should be approaching here in the next 5, 10 or so minutes.
Good. The remaining crew of the dropship, as well as the captain, are working on repairs right now. We did lose quite a few.
Did you say the captain of the vessel?
Yes, we've convinced Nevada to join our side.
He kind of like, you can see his head tilt and his eyes go into one of like.
I know, trust me.
Bit of suspicion.
She's a bit eccentric, but she's a good captain, and we are running very low in personnel. We need every hand we can get.
Make a diplomacy check. He seems pretty perturbed by this. His expression kind of slackens just a little bit. Now, I probably don't need to warn you, Ankos, but Nevada is rightly feared and infamous among the space. She has killed many innocent people and cannot be trusted.
She's a selfish, vicious pirate. Yes, I'm aware of this, but right now, our bargaining chip is the entire planet. We can't be picky. She'll help us take the Anarchy's reign, get her spoil from that, and quite frankly, I don't think we're in a position to do any more fighting after all this is going to be over. We have to take these concessions, man.
With apparent desperation in his voice, he's just kind of like, I am putting my trust into you. I hope you know what you're doing. We're approaching soon. We will establish a sideline dock and see what we can do to transfer medical supplies and crew to get this ship functional.
Very good. In the meantime, have you been able to contact any of your elements of the fleet?
Well, like I said, we are scattered and it's been, let's see, 20 or so minutes since we initiated this operation. We haven't got any more relevant information since then.
Alright, well, as soon as we get this thing underway, we need to start working on trying to coordinate the counterattack.
Kind of gives you a few nods.
So, while Yaruch is just doing busy bit work in the captain's in the bridge, he's going to try to repair the force field.
I'll say that as you are repairing the field, 447, what are you doing?
I have just been standing on watch in the bridge. I didn't think that splitting the party and leaving Yarvich alone in here was a great idea, so I'm mainly just keeping an eye on things.
Alright. As you are standing on watch, you see Timothy's body shudder. Well, the pieces of his body shudder.
I will continue to observe this.
There is a violent twitch. Timothy. You are in this completely fucked state. Are you here, Matt?
I am.
You know exactly what has happened to you, and you feel as if you have been divided into different pieces of yourself. And every once in a while you feel this almost kind of like a heartbeat, a twitch in different portions of your body. You feel like you hear electronic noises, just kind of different various sounds of machinery in the works. 447, you see Timothy's fur just kind of casually start shifting around. The skin underneath his flesh has turned from a pallid color to one of deep black, shiny.
Huh.
In fact, you actually see all of the blood that was pooled around him just start turning black. A nice, oily
Including
black puddle.
I imagine some of the blood pools off of 447's armor as well.
No, that is remaining solid in
Is
color.
this, have I actually seen my comrades get picked up by Aspect before?
You've seen it. It's, definitely something to witness. That being said, this appears to be something new and different.
Oh boy, I'm not a fan of that. You know what? I'm actually going to, pull your reach aside real quick. Something's happening with Tim Tom's body. doesn't look like normal aspect resurrection. Get ready.
Yarich will make a mysticism check trying to figure out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright.
24. You really aren't certain what to make of this, being that you have no arcane training, especially with something that you have little to no information on.
+6.
He does have a +6.
I have
I
a
rolled an
plus.
18 +6.
I have arcane training from the cube.
You didn't let me finish.
Oh.
Especially with something that is so obscure. However, what you can tell about it is that it appears to be, I don't know, some kind of form of transmutation in combination with other unknown mechanical elements.
So.
Timothy, you feel this sense of just like drawing or pulling, and you watch his chopped upper torso just kind of extend out one of his hands over to one of the bodies that Yarich just kind of pulled and dragged over. His claws stab into this corpse, and you see where flesh was exposed on that soldier, that shipworker's body, black, almost grid lines appear on that corpse. His other arm seems to stab into the deck, and it seems that there are several tendrils that are starting to weave into the metal portions of the ship.
Yeah,
I'd say
at this point.
after about 5 or so minutes of just staring at this slowly growing mass of like black flesh, it is now pulsating and getting larger.
So at this point, Yarich pulls out his tablet and uses his special feat to understand things through his computer and try to identify the more natural elements, if you will.
I'll say give me a perception check.
If you say so. Where's my perception? There's my perception.
Actually, hold on. Do you have physical science? Yeah, do physical science instead.
Physical science.
33. You identify that clearly there is something wrong with this process. You guys have died before. You've even been in bad situations where, like, for instance, you know, you've been riddled with gunshots, you had an LMG leveled on you. You've never been torn into separate pieces and thrown apart. It almost looks like it has lost enough mass that it is trying to accumulate more material right now.
Yarch is going to try to pull the more of the bodies nearby, along with Tim Tom's pieces. Help get them closer together!
Okay, I'm gonna start pulling corpses nearby, I guess.
You are feeding the pulsating black mass, which continues to get bigger and bigger. That being said, it stops after growing to about a Timothy size. It has stopped resembling a bear and now resembles a tumor, really. Eventually, you feel that it has rooted enough into this ship, and you hear several sparks as electricity just begins to arc off of the tumor. Eventually, it begins to glow pretty fucking red hot. And, Timothy. You, Matt, still here?
Yes, I'm still here.
You awaken. However, you are trapped inside of just a small, fluid-filled sack of darkness.
Everyone else just begins to hear, you know the sound when you turn an old analog TV on? No, not that static, that real high pitch. Yeah, that, like those old tube TVs. Imagine that, but way louder, just in your minds, all at once.
I imagine with the power of aspect going through him as well, it's going through the entire ship at this point.
The lights are definitely flickering. The ship is definitely rocking. Its gravity is not being fed enough electricity. It seems that this thing is rooted into the sheer power cables and is just, you know, eating as much as it wants.
What the fuck is happening now, Agos?
Yeah, I'm looking around the ship, kind of like this. I was like, huh. I guess the repairs aren't going well. We're probably gonna find out in a minute, aren't we?
As it reaches its epitome after eating several bodies, the tumor splits and a fully formed bear just kind of like slides out of it in a pool of disgusting clear fluid. Timothy, you are missing your gear.
Oh fuck. You just hear...
Does he have all his parts back, or just the ones?
I mean, you take a look at it, Yarich, and you can see that, like, immersed in this, almost what you describe as, like, dark synthetic flesh is his weapons and his clothing, just kind of embedded in it.
You're just going to start trying to pull some of the clothing and other stuff out.
Tim Tom is just shaking on the ground, like, and it just starts vomiting, and eventually you just hear him yell out, "What the fuck was that?"
Yep, I did not have enough mass to reconstruct, so...
Enough mass? What the fuck do you mean by that?
You are in separate pieces.
Are my original legs just off somewhere? Or do they get pulled in?
You're together.
I will say that, which synthetic limbs do you have? I can look at your inventory.
I only
You have a
have
hideaway
synthetic
limb.
arm. I have
Okay.
only my arm.
You take a look at your limbs, and you do find that your original one is currently where it should be, and your synthetic one is currently attached to you. However, it's a weird look at your synthetic arm. As you can see, like, the flesh and machinery has become less discernible. You're not sure where it begins and where it ends.
Tim Tom, for lack of better words, has this crazed look in his eyes. He's trying to figure out what the fuck just happened.
Aspect pulled organic material into your body from... He's going to point to the clothes of the people that were brought over from them.
Tim Tom slowly stands up, walks over to a corner, and you just, for about 15 minutes, just an occasional...
Yeah, are you just going to pat Tim Tom's back and just leave him be? I think
Mr.
Mad
Yarich.
fluid-soaked fur.
Mr. Yarich,
yeah?
do not touch me. Right now.
Not right now.
Yarish nods. It just leaves the room. Well,
Also,
I'll be at the
He's
drop on.
probably butt-ass naked, too, because you just said he's
He is
missing
a
all
bear.
gear.
Let's give him some room to breathe.
You feel like you were just reborn, which is a horrifying sensation. Do you
Tim
look over
Tom-
to your tumor?
Yeah, sure.
Your tumor.
So,
Tumor,
where
rabbit tumor.
where there was previously, like, actual genuine mass that was, like, shifting and writhing and possessed some form of life, it appears to be almost evaporating in portions. Other portions are crumbling away into ash. However, it looks like, different... Can you make a medicine check for me?
Yes! As a matter of fact, I can! 16! Wait, why do I have a -2?
You're shaken.
Okay, that makes sense.
You take a look at it, and you'd almost identify it as, like, an infection. It is separating the components that contain itself and leaving behind all of the excess material that it did not use in the form of ash and, like, powder on the ground. However, all of the living black material is evaporating into the air. Some of it is attaching to you, other portions are going to other party members like 447.
Are there any, like, dock work, like, like workers on the ship.
The one
Yeah.
under the table that's still crying.
Tim Tom
He's
just
going to continue crying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tim Tom looks around and just. Does anyone have a cigarette? I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Are my legs like the same, or are they like all fucking weird now?
I imagine that there is probably some kind of scar across your central torso where you were put back together. You can feel it, however, if you're really careful and fold your fur in the right way, you're fine, for the most part.
Tim Tom starts grabbing his clothes. His slop, black ooze riddled
that's the
cancerous
thing.
clothes.
Whenever you pull it from the mass, again, a lot of it is crumbling into powder, and you do notice that it kind of has like the smell and consistency of like what you consider to be like metal fumes, or even like dust, metallic dust. It looks like it has pulled different organic materials and different synthetic materials, and it is currently taking away the moisture in the slop, which is evaporating and going into either you or 447, leaving dusty clothes.
Tim Tom shakes his shirt out, puts it back on, shakes his pants out, puts them back on, slowly starts putting his armor back on, just looking at a spot on the floor. Mr. 447.
I'm listening.
Part of me feels both reborn and absolutely disgusted.
Okay.
Part of me feels in one piece, and part of me feels like I was wishboned.
Doctor, you were ripped in half. I saw it.
Yes, I know. I was there. I'm gonna go for a walk
Sort some shit out.
and sort some shit out.
Well,
Tim Tom pulls out his comm unit, powers it off, hands it to 447. I'll find you when I'm ready, and just walks off.
I'll be here.
Yar's just heading down to the hangar bay to report what
Nigga really
has
going
happened.
through it.
Uh,
I gotta go to that
Once I'm
formation
alone,
thing.
I kind of exhale deeply. I'm really missing that standard issue chocolate ration right about now.
I have that fucking formation thing I have to do, so
I
I'm gonna be
gotcha.
gone for probably like 30 minutes.
Okay. Should be fine by the time you get back. Timothy, you're gonna go and sort some shit out and walk by yourself. Can you make I'm gonna say... your choice of intelligence or wisdom. I know your wisdom is bad.
I'll make an intelligence. Intelligence check.
Yes. You're running through yourself and find that while you are physically kind of okay, you have a couple of new scars that you don't remember before, you cannot recall the face of your father.
What father?
You recall that you had a father, you cannot remember his face.
Do I remember his name?
Oh yeah, you remember his name. You just don't remember what he looked like. You have a hard time discerning like what color his fur was.
Tim Tom stops.
What the structure and shape of his mouth was. What his eyes were colored. You don't remember it.
Tim Tom just stops and Aspect, I know you're there. Answer me now.
Instead of Aspect answering you, you feel a judder up your spine, and you can feel the presence of 4 eyes behind you, glowing and unemotional, before it vanishes.
Aspect? Tim Tom turns around.
Nothing. You are alone.
What the fuck did I get myself roped into? I guess Tim Tom at this point is going to do the only thing he knows how to do.
Cry?
And fix broken people.
Drink.
The only thing I can do, drink. I like the way you said that.
Tim Tom's going to go to the infirmary and start trying to fix broken motherfuckers who are probably broken motherfuckers that we broke.
Yeah, assisting the medical effort is something smart to put your focus on instead of what's going on with you. So you head down to the dropship and start assisting the recovery effort. I will allow you guys to chat amongst yourselves. You have full reign of the killing blow in the dropship. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
So Yarich gets there before Tim Tom, and he's gonna say to Carthen, Tim Tom's back.
Just took a while.
Yeah. Aspect did not have enough material. She tapped into the ship and tapped into the bodies around him.
I suppose that was the disturbance in Ghost, and I noticed earlier.
Yes.
Certainly concerning.
Yeah. So, we probably should avoid trying to get in any position where we rip apart. Even more than just dying.
That is very wise counsel, Yarich.
Yeah. Yeah, I just going into dropship, turn his scavenging bot off, and just go to his bed, and lay in the hammock. Actually, no. He's going to go to the little jacuzzi tub and turn it on for the first time.
Oh, his sand bath?
Yes! He's just going to sit there, bring a few, just like, balls or something, and just enjoy the cleaning sand.
Delving into the sand bath. What are the rest of you doing?
Well, Tim Tom gave me his comm unit and then sauntered off, and since I would assume he wants it back and would probably want to be able to find it pretty easily, I'm just gonna stay on the bridge. Yeah. Witnessing what I saw, I mean, I'm not particularly fucking distraught about it, but it certainly was not normal even for Aspect, so I'm just, kinda just not thinking too much about it. I guess I'm in a mild state of shock, but not enough to where I can't function if I need to.
Disturbed.
Yeah, a little disturbed.
What is Carthen doing?
I would imagine that at this point, aside from like doing aid, Carthen has probably sketched like half of the abomination into his journal and has written a few notes about it.
Violently it changes!
Oh my god. You're gathering your sketches. If you want, you can go ahead and make a mysticism check.
I shall. 18.
You recover a handful of notes that you go ahead and archive and keep with yourself. I'm not sure where you're storing that, but...
Just in the journal.
Fair enough. You put that down and keep it for later. Some strange things that you did notice is that it definitely had some kind of connection to whatever this overall being that these Hydra cultists worship. You still haven't put together a full profile on what it might be, but it seems to have implements that signify that it is attached to change, I would say secrecy, deception, and other sort of very sketchy... It almost seems like whatever it is embodied by the term envy. Everything that thing did, and everything you've managed to like determine from the Hydra cult in general, seems to be driven by envy.
Interesting.
Now, with that said, 447, how long do you hang out in the bridge?
Well, as I said, I know Tim Tom wants his comm unit back. He's probably going to expect to be able to come back to the bridge and find me. I told him I'd be here. I'm going to wait until Tim Tom returns.
All right, fair enough.
You
Timothy,
know,
you're helping people.
Is the guy under the table still cowering under the table?
Let's see. We've been here for, I'd say, a couple of hours. At this point, the Tempestborn has docked and is now offloading people and getting that killing blow ready for actual service. There are also people attempting to take the first looks at the dropship in its current condition.
Yeah, I just
This
spent-
man eventually, like, stops. It takes him maybe, like, a couple, 10 more minutes to get up from underneath the table and just start looking around in this very paranoid manner.
I'm
We
just
broke this
going
man.
to speak up. We're all on the same side now, apparently.
Are you? Who are you?
No one important. You should get below deck and help your others.
He kind of holds up both of his hands and does a wide circle around you as he goes back further into the confines of the ship and you are left alone.
Whew. So, I'll wait up here for Tim Tom to come back for maybe another half hour. And if he does not come back in that time, I'm going to head to the hangar and begin helping out efforts myself.
Yeah, you make it back to the dropship and find that Timothy is assisting people medically in terms of the small little camps that they have made to like set up medical tents and shit.
Okay, well, knowing Tim Tom is here, and I'm down here as well, he should be able to find me pretty easy if he wants his comm unit back. So I'm gonna help the crew of the Tempest. I'm gonna help the crew of the Tempestborn get set up and make repairs and all that stuff.
You offload and incinerate most of the dead, you tend to the injured, you affix primitive repairs. There's just one problem. The giant fuck-off dropship that is stuck in the side of the killing blow.
I say
We're going to need some kind of dry dock to fix that.
I've
I say
decided
we-
when I get to civilization, I'm seeing a therapist.
therapist.
Never mind.
Could I join you?
I'm going to remove the shaken condition from Timothy.
Okay.
You are at 1 HP and have no resolve.
Oh, fuck. Can, Tim Tom is gonna do one last check, though. He's gonna make sure that fucking, that Phoenix comment isn't fucking dead.
He's not here. He's not here.
The Tempestborn
Yes.
has docked
He
with
was,
the killing
yeah,
blow.
no,
He can
Phoenix
visit the
Phoenix
patient.
was on the Tempestborn.
Right.
Yes, but the Tempestborn also received shots,
That's
so...
true, but it's still in decent shape. That's
Why are
worth
you-
looking, honestly. You might as well, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check up on him.
Yep, you do so. In fact, you go ahead and head over to the medical bay. You are addressed by all of the doctors.
And,
get suited
while
up
I'm-
in the preferred
and-
equipment for your vocation.
And while I'm walking up there, Tim Tom just that serum of healing that he hid last session, he just pops himself in the fucking neck with it.
Fair. Go ahead and use that shit.
Already did. 17 points of 17 brings me up to
Damn,
18.
that's good. So, Timothy, you go ahead and slap that into either the side of your neck, the underside of your arm, or in the inner thigh. That being said, you are left to just kind of like cradle yourself in a moment of intense pain. Once that has subsided, the cracking is done, and your flesh is kind of reknit in sections that really could have used it. You stand back up and continue running over to the med bay.
Once Yarish gets out the cleaning pool he made, he's gonna make a note. Make a self-clean.
Mechanism for the cleaning pool.
Yeah, the sand you noticed while you were kind of like trying to bathe and get yourself out and like flutter your wings, it's kind of scattered all around it. It's a little bit annoying, not too much though. You're just losing a little bit of sand.
Oh, by the
You
way,
feel better.
Tim Tom is asking every other guy he walks by, "Do you have a cigarette?"
You eventually pass by a janitor, which, like, as you say that, he takes the one out of his mouth and, like, flips it around where it is facing you.
Tim Tom takes it, takes a drag, begins coughing profusely, takes another drag. Thank you.
He kind of, like, waves you off and just says, don't measure it. No, don't mention it. And he gets another one out of his pocket. I've seen that look way too many times, and he puts another one in his mouth.
Anyway, how's my patient?
So, as soon as you get to the med bay, they tell you to put the cigarette out.
Tim Tom will finish it outside of the med bay, and then find somewhere to snuff it out and throw it in a trash can.
Yep, you get dressed in proper actual scrubs and sterile equipment, and you are allowed to head into the operating theater. The Tempestborn has a much more advanced medical station than anything the dropship had, and they are going through a whole host of procedures in order to stabilize him. He currently is, like, kind of surrounded by crew's doctors' attendants, and he is kind of, like, splayed open in certain sections. They're just kind of, like, going to town on him.
Okay, but he's alive. That's good.
He is very much alive. That being said, it's kind of hard to see his face because of, like, all of the people running around him. They seem to be in attendance. They're really getting to him.
Okay. I guess with that, then I'll just go stay around, and then after a little bit, if Tim Tom gets a phone call saying, "Hey, we need your help here or there," he'll try to help
What do
out
you mean
with
get a
this.
phone call? You left your comm unit with me.
Yeah, you reach for your commune and you're like, oh, that's right. I gave it to 447 after.
Tim Tom just kind of sits there and goes, "God damn it!" Tim Tom's gonna go find 447.
You all regroup, and I'm not certain where you all are going to sleep, but for now, they are not touching the dropship. That is a whole nother problem. Everybody is fixing all of, like, the maintenance issues. The engine room that has been, like, flushed of oxygen. The various minor dings and damages, and of course the bridge, which has just been trashed.
Yarge is going to help with resetting the oxygen inside the engine room.
How do you all spend your nights?
Yarge is going to take his hammock off the hook and gets off the dropship and finds a spot where he can just relax. Anywhere that is a bit secluded right now.
I imagine that your best bet would probably be somewhere up in the armory, since there was no combat that took place there. Find a locker that is next to, like, a pipe of hot water or a radiator or something, and just kind of, like, lay on top of the closet, lay on top of the lockers, next to the warm pipe.
Sounds about right.
How do you sleep, Timothy?
What sleep?
Make a fortitude save for me, please.
I don't know. I don't feel like an individual that just went through that is going to be able to sleep
Fair.
very well, if at all.
Make a fortitude save for me, please. Excellent. You are exhausted. After
Tim Tom is
everything that you've been through, you are not able to recover. You're just sitting there in your office space, alone. Every once in a while, you feel like something is whispering to you, but you just can't make it out.
Aspect, god damn it! I know you're there! Stop your fucking games and answer me!
447, how do you sleep?
So before I sleep, I would like to look around for long arm ammo.
Oh, for sure. You can scavenge, I would say, how many people have you killed?
A few.
There was, like, 5 people. There was, like, I'd say 7 people. There's a fucking whole host, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would say that you are capable of recovering at least maybe 75 to 100 rounds of ammunition.
Hell yeah. Would you like me to roll something?
Yeah,
for a
go
turn?
ahead and I will say roll a d20 and I will add 80 to it. Alright, so 93 rounds of ammunition.
Oh yeah.
Plus 9. So that would be... You have a total of 102 long arm ammunition now.
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah, I've got 9 in my weapon. I've got 17 in reserve.
Oh, I got you. Never mind.
Yeah.
So it would be 93 plus 17. Your regular pool would be 110.
Yes.
Plus the 9 that you have loaded.
Right. Fantastic. Okay. With that said, I guess I will go around the,
If you're scavenging, can you make up a perception check for me?
Sure.
If you are taking a look around, give me a moment. There should be a section on this. Was it in technological items? Let me see. Detonating. Weapons. There they are. Oh, with a roll of 22. Come on, Aeon you don't fail me now. I need you. Any of you ever notice that this Aeon SRD page is, like, way slower compared to the other pages we used to use?
I haven't really had problems with it.
Oh, it's slow as death sometimes for me. It really sucks. Both on mobile and websites. I think it's a server thing on their end.
That's pretty bizarre.
Has it finally loaded? Looks like it has. Let's go to this section. You have found, I would say, a bundle of 4 Mark III frag grenades.
Oh, hell yeah. So I would go over to the compendium.
I got you.
Okay.
I will do it. Let me go ahead and mark that up. That should be quantity 4. There we go. You got 4 of those little bastards.
Fuck yeah. Alright. I know grenades ain't the greatest in the system, but they're nice to have in a pinch.
They are 46 damage apiece.
Fuck, okay. I can work with that.
Plus, on top of that, you have a detonator that can work with them.
Interesting. Okay, neat. With all of that being said, I suppose I'll return to the work site where people were rallying up and making the repairs we could to the killing blow. And,
At the beginning of the day 2, most of the superficial repairs have been completed because everybody's kind of like working double time.
Mm-hmm.
As you find a team of engineers all looking like mouth agape at how they are going to remove the drop ship, you find a Tim Tom that is kind of like doubled over and looks just fucking... He looks like he's about to pass out.
I'm going to I'm basically going to approach Tim Tom, and my arm raises, and he can hear the little tiny whir of one of my power armor's mechanical fingers. And then I poke him.
As you poke him, he just sits there. There's like this delay, like this solid 30-second delay as he just looks back up to you with like bloodshot eyes.
I
Oh.
still have your...
Hey, Mr. 447.
I'm going to heal all of you guys for your,
Except for
fucking
me, because I
resting.
didn't sleep.
Yeah.
You're
Anko should be at 21.
going
Cart
to
than I've
want
done.
your comm unit back, Doctor.
Oh, hey. I forgot
Your
that
reach is at full HP.
I forgot that I gave that to you.
Yeah. I reach into whatever satchel or compartment that I keep loose items in on my armor, fish it out, and hand it to him in an open palm.
Tim Tom just kind of grabs the phone, looks down at it for like a solid minute.
Tim Tom.
Tim Tom out of nowhere freaks the fuck out, yeets the phone, pulls out a fucking gun and just points it behind him, backing up, like backing the fuck up.
You see an individual, actually, Zacharias, that was coming to confront you with some news, and immediately a gun is pulled on him, and he goes, "Oh Jesus!"
Doctor,
drops
calm
the tablet
down.
and pulls up both of his hands and just goes, "Please don't shoot me."
Put the gun down, Doctor.
Tim Tom puts the gun down.
At this point, I'm going to put a hand on Tim Tom's shoulder, and I'm going to gently guide him behind me as I step forward to speak to Zacharias myself.
Goodness, I even mentioned some figure I have no prior knowledge of. I don't know how that happened. But, he picks up his tablet off of the ground and kind of shakily, you can see that he's a bit shocked after everything that's going on, but it's been a day.
Have to apologize. Sorry, misspoke. You'll have to excuse the doctor. He has been through a lot recently, as we all have.
I think I'm starting to get used to the craziness. Yeah, it looks like he's been through some shit. That being said, you see the damage. It's extensive on the dropship.
I look towards the dropship and then back at Zacharias. I'm not proud of that.
They have plans to pull it out and bring it into this bay. However, that hangar bay is trashed. There is no repair short of a dry dock that'll keep that thing shut completely.
That's what I was afraid of.
That means that if you wish to wander around this hangar section once it has been brought out, you will need EVA equipment.
I can handle it. The others will need specialized gear.
Fortunately, you all do have EVA equipment for what I remember, aside from Timothy. Kind of gives you another once-over paranoid bear you.
Tim Tom has this really ashamed look, and every now and then he just kind of looks over his shoulder in this paranoid way, as if he's expecting something to be behind him.
Alright, well, look, Zacharias, I was the one in the pilot seat of that dropship. This is, in no uncertain terms, my doing. If there's any kind of help I can render to help put things back into order, just tell me, and I'll get it done.
Well, truth be told, we could use some actual serious repairs. A full, like I mentioned, dry dock. It'd be hard to find out here, but if we got one, we could come back to full shape, which is what I assume you want to be in.
Of course. I'll have to talk, or at least ask Ankos to talk to Francis and see if we can make a pit stop.
Now, that being said, they are planning on pulling it out, so I would really advise all of you to exit the hangar bay after he gives you a listed time.
Right.
Yarch will make sure his sand is completely sealed after hearing
I
this news.
know there's nothing that can bring back the people lost after that boarding maneuver. I'm sorry.
Some of them were honored attendants, serving with Meldor for a long time, and serving my family even before that. Their lineages span back quite a long time. However, others were just paid mercenaries from up north from the city. So, some good, some bad. I'm trying not to think of it right now. It's
Of course.
a problem for later.
I'll leave you to it then, Francis. Sorry, Zacharias.
He kind of blinks for a second.
I'm not good with names. My name is a number, after all.
It's okay, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you would laugh. I guess neither of us are in a laughing mood.
Wish I could say I was. I'll be up on the bridge if you need me.
So, As you walk away from him, you hear Tim Tom ask, "Is there something talking to you?"
Are you asking me?
Yes. Like, I'm not talking in the normal, aspect way.
I can't say there are any voices in my head other than my own right now.
There is something talking to me, 447. Its eyes are on my back. And Tim Tom has this such tired, paranoid, and scared look in his eyes, almost like a beast cornered.
Maybe you just need some rest.
I've tried, and it's there.
Do you have any sedatives on hand?
Tim Tom just stops, looks at you, and goes, "I'm a pharmacist. What do you think?"
You want my advice? Get your reach, have him knock you out with some drugs. Get some sleep.
Tim Tom just kind of sits there, like, I'm afraid to go asleep, okay?
You're going to have to eventually.
Yeah, you're right. You know, it's not every day you get ripped in half.
You know what? Go talk to Carthan. If you're really experiencing some kind of beyond this world activity, I'm not the guy to talk to about it. I never even believed in this stuff until it started happening.
Fair.
Karth might know a thing or two. Go talk to him.
Yeah. He might know how to make the creepy voices go away.
And then
Great.
once you're done talking to him, get some sleep.
I'll try.
Alright.
Yarge is
Good luck,
gonna be in.
Doctor. Remember, you threw your phone that way. I say as I point towards a hangar wall.
I didn't break my fucking phone, did I?
You know, I think you did.
Tim Tom picks it up. God fucking damn it!
There's a big crack in the screen, and one side is like nice neon colors, the other side is kind of normal. Maybe a bit dim.
Kind of normal.
I guess Tim Tom will go find Carthan.
I imagine you eventually find him. Karth, you still sketching your book, or are you just doing general helping?
At this point, Carthan's just in the main bay doing some general assistance.
I imagine that they've got most of the stuff cleared. What you guys are doing right now is you are getting like manual labor. This is like Ankos and everybody who's willing to help.
Yeah.
You are shifting a majority of the supplies that were disrupted in the evasive maneuvers, bolting stuff down, and you are getting ready, because they are going to pull that dropship out of the site of the killing blow. They are going to open up the remaining intact hangar door and bring it into the bay fully. That way it can be, like, you know, somewhere stationed inside of the ship.
Hey,
So-
Mr. Carthan! Do you hear voices in your head?
Only my own.
Great, that's not a help for me.
At any rate, what troubles you?
Okay, cool. Yeah, there's something talking to me on occasion, and, there is something following me.
Following you.
I see it in the corners of the shadow. I see it in the corners of my eyes, in the shadows of dark rooms. It is like a bunch of eyes staring at me from behind. This weird force that keeps waking me up in the middle of the night whenever I try to sleep. I mean, I can't even sleep to begin with. I'll doze off, and I'll just hear it creep into my mind. You know, kind of like how I'm talking to you right now.
Drizrin is right next to you all, currently having like shifted a barrel and rolled it up against a wall, and he's kind of like got a water ration, and his eyes are just going between the two of you.
And it is really freaking me out right now. You're really good with this weird ghosty stuff, okay? Before you and Mr. Sal and Jaira came up, magic didn't exist to me. The undead didn't exist to me. Zombies didn't exist in general, okay? Someone that did magic was like a guy in the street corner, you know, doing those fancy card tricks that I never could do. Okay? And I see you casting sunlight out of nowhere, and you seem to be, you know, more, what's the word? Spiritually in tune. By the way, souls exist. And he just kind of pauses on that. I'm still not sure how to think about that one. Look, I'm under a lot of stress right now. 447 said I should come talk to you. I was ripped in half.
You get the creeping sense 447 just wanted to get Tim Tom away from you.
And I really don't know what to think about that.
Okay, so really quickly, Levi, his description of things like watching him from the shadows, is that like immediately familiar to Carthan?
Shit. I mean, let's see what you've gathered in terms of your research. Give me another mysticism check.
11.
I mean, unfortunately to you, that is either spirits that are completely unrelated to what you're going on to. Maybe you could do some, like, intermediary, kind of, like, mystic checks on that. However, you don't have any immediate, like, oh, that's what that is. It could be a host of different things. There's a whole bunch of different shit that could be voices.
Okay, very good. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't familiar.
Nope.
Okay. Well, Carthan's gonna kind of stroke at his chin. Nothing immediately comes to mind, Doctor. However, it is not remit to say what you went through was horrific and can certainly leave scars of its own.
You're right! It was! It was arguably the worst thing that has happened to me in my entire life. Probably worse than the time I got my arm blown off. Or that time I got turned into jerky by that one weird thing. Or the numerous other times I've died. I need to stop doing that. I don't think it's... I think the pressure's starting to really mount on me, you know? And I just don't know how to feel about that.
But, Doctor, to say that we're put back together, we may not be getting put back together perfectly each time.
That's reassuring.
Oh boy, I loved having a puzzle thrown across the room and getting put back together with a couple dozen missing pieces.
Well, Doctor, for you recognize the trauma of a head injury, surely?
Absolutely, I do.
I hath returned,
Wait, are you
lads.
Are you saying this might be a head injury?
Matt has brain
Something
damage?
similar. I would say that aspect does not put us back together whole. And there
Tim
may
Tom
be crises.
grasps you by your shoulders. Thank you. I know it's not. Thank you for affirming my beliefs that it is not some weird voodoo supernatural stuff. I just have a concussion and need an MRI. Thank you, hugs him. A little too tight. Leaves and then goes back to the Tempest Born to go get an MRI.
Holy
Arthur
fuck.
just kind of like looks over to Dresrin.
He kind of like raises his eyebrows at you.
Let's keep an eye on him, shall we?
That might be for the best.
What drama
know.
I miss?
Tim Tom is
I'm-
coping about getting literally ripped in half.
I'm no stranger
how
to
would
extra
you-
essences.
You're coping.
I really am coping because, in all honesty, I don't know how the normal person would react to getting actually pulled in half and then reassembled in a
They probably cope.
Yeah, 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 they would. Tim Tom's just coping right now. He's coming to terms with the fact that that happened.
You were saying, Levi.
I'm no stranger to extraplanar essences. In fact, you saw my work back in the station that you blew up. I might be able to help him.
It's certainly beyond what research I have available to me here, as Carthen kind of like gestures at his notebook, which Dresrin only seems to, his furthest extent of knowledge would be that it looks like poetry. That's about it.
He kind of like quirks an eye in interest, but otherwise kind of like leaves it be. Well, in any case, I should probably go after him, and Dresrin runs after him.
15 minutes later, a door in the bay gets thrown open. I need an MRI!
Carthen recognizes his limitations and lets Dresrin go.
So, the doctors are all setting you down, considering that you ran into the medical bay and were just like, I need an MRI!
Holy shit.
The immediate first thing that they're doing is, like, reprimanding you for bursting in such a dramatic manner. There's a lot of shit going on here, and, like, you're not the immediate condition that they're treating. But, after a bit of discussion, they do, like, basically you're just like, yes, we will put you through one if you will shut up.
Okay.
Now, I imagine that this process probably takes a little while, and eventually you see that creeping in through one of the window panes is Dresrin, who's just kind of like watching with interest. As you were put into the machine, you just kind of hear the strange MRI machine just kind of like going through its work. You're just kind of trapped in this little tube by yourself, which, by the way, is meant for a normal person. You're a fucking bear. I imagine that it gets stuck on your belly and like has to do it several times before you go inside. While you were alone in this thing, you hear a couple more whispers. Just kind of like little scratches. They want your attention, Tim Tom.
Tim Tom is just sitting there. What do you want?
Timothy.
What do you want? Go away, you're not real. Go away. What do you want? Leave me alone.
The doctors can...
They hear you talking inside of the machine. But otherwise, they are not like making any attempt to make sure that you're comfortable. They're just doing this to get you off of their backs. Now...
Do I...
Do what?
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
You eventually come out of this machine, and after setting you down and getting you, like, at least hit with a couple of sedatives to try and make sure that you're, like, about to go to sleep, they give you the results of the test, and some of them are actually scratching their heads. Like, I don't know how to tell you this. This is... I mean, I know you're a bear and all. This is remarkably strange. And he passes off the reports to you on his digital tablet, and you're allowed to swallow.
Medicine check!
Yes.
15, fuck!
Putting together your results, you find that where previously your biology would have been pretty unmistakably you, there are certain portions of your brain that just do not look normal. There are aberrations, growths in certain sections. It looks just weird.
Is the drow next to us?
Yes.
Tim Tom looks over to the drow as the sedatives are going over, points at some of the weird polyps. I have a brain tumor. Boom! 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 And just passes out.
I think that was probably the most comforting thing to him, and not that it's just a brain tumor and not his dick.
I don't like weird lumps in the brain. I mean, that's realistically how a normal doctor would probably interpret that. That's a weird tumorous-looking growth.
Carthen was very kind to be like, it could be because you got really fucking fucked up. You could just have a concussion.
So, Timothy, You're asleep now, right?
Yes, I just let the sedatives take me.
You hear something. It sounds like it's saying wake up, but you're not sure what it is. It's indistinct.
Of course. I guess Tim Tom will wake up eventually. Wake up.
You lift up your head and find that you are in something similar to the tumor that you were in. However, instead of being filled with fluid, it feels like you were filled with just surrounded by air. You look up, you look around, there's just darkness in every direction.
Tim Tom's eyes just. It's like, oh, oh boy, I know what's wrong with me goes to. Son of a bitch!
You see kneeling next to you, since you are currently on the ground, is a crouched over individual, drow in nature. You actually recognize him. It's Sal.
Oh, fuck.
He puts an arm on your shoulder and just says, "Come on, big guy, get up."
Mr. Sal? My goodness! Tim Tom leans up. I haven't seen you in forever! Oh man, it's really good to see you again!
You get up, and as you are, like, using your arms to push yourself back up to full, like, sitting position, you look back and see that Sal is gone.
Mr. Sal? He looks left, looks right, looks behind him.
Losing his fucking mind.
Mr. Sal? Hello? 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 I imagine as it echoes out into the ether. Oh wait, no, that's right. He wouldn't have a voice to echo. I forgot.
It would be honestly silent.
He's thinking out, echoing hellos.
So, after a little bit, you eventually kind of like come to terms with your loneliness before you hear, "You're dying, Timothy." And you look over behind you and you see Jaira.
Oh, fuck.
She has her arms crossed.
I love where this is going.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Timothy just kind of sits there. Huh?
Eh?
The materials we used to reconstitute you weren't enough. You're not like them. Like a human.
I mean, I'm not a human. I'm a bear.
You're different. Your biology is incompatible with the organic material that we used to stitch you back together. It won't work. And she disappears into mist.
Ah, fuck. Oh. A lot of thoughts are going through Tim Tom's mind right now, and they are not pleasant. He's thinking of the weird creature that tried eating Tim Tom, the weird processes in which Tim Tom's race was originally created, and how they were designed with genetic abnormalities to eventually kill them off, so that way they wouldn't, live for too long and shit like that. And Tim Tom's like, oh, well, I should have 20 years left before the cancers set in. What do you mean I'm dying? I have brain cancers? Fuck. What the fuck is going on? Why are these people talking to me in my dreams? What's going on? Kind of thing.
So, as you are going through these mental processes in your mind, you hear another voice. This one kind of smaller, but still a bit gruffer in pitch. Just kind of like an almost small. There are a lot of varieties and specimens out in the wild that you could accrue material from. And you look over, and you see Rear Falsey, one of the Dwergar that you guys had teamed up with temporarily to go and investigate that ruins.
Was he the one that lived or the one that died?
She is one of the ones that died. She was the sister to, I believe it was, let me check, Barak Magmane.
Yeah, Brock.
She was kind of like a small little mechanic. You can't keep going on in this state. I mean, you see it yourself. You're going crazy. Your neurological processes aren't stable.
Then what do I do?
She disappears, and you hear a final voice behind you. And you turn around, and you see that it is Eva. And she kind of puts a hand on your shoulder, and her eyes are like pretty big and ominous. We need more mass.
Tim Tom kind of has this like nervous chuckle.
Of course you do.
Of course
The
you
only way
do.
we'll make it through this is if we're stronger. We need more mass. And she finally disappears, and you are left in the darkness.
Anyone who's around me, in their mind, simply hears one word echo from Tim Tom's mind. Like a variant of sleep talking. Fuck.
If you say that and kind of stumble out of your dream, you see that there is a bright light in one of your eyes, and then another one. And as the haze begins to kind of flow from your mind and you come back to the material world, you see that you are sitting propped up in two chairs that have been put and tied together. You're not tied
Fuck.
down or anything. Your arms are kind of slack at your sides, like your head's kind of just being held gently. And it looks like your
Someone's
other
flashing a
drow
light in my
companion,
eye.
Dresrin, is trying to see like trying to see your dilation response.
Ah! Ow, shit, that light is bright. Turn it
good,
off.
Good, you're awake. What were you dreaming about?
I don't... Tim Tom kind of stops for a moment.
Remember, you
I
are
don't
still friends
really
with them.
remember. I don't really remember.
Oh, no, that effect's gone. Tim Tom died.
Oh! As Tim Tom just kind of sits there, it's like, wait a minute!
Yes? Go on, tell me, what were you dreaming about?
You! Ow! My head!
Yeah, you don't feel too good. There's something definitely wrong.
You did a thing to my brain! I mean, don't get me
Tried
wrong.
hurting me.
I will admit I was acting unprofessional at the time. And I'm sorry.
Let's just
Oh,
put
wow.
our differences aside us. I'm more
It feels
interested
like
in your
someone...
condition.
It feels like someone put my head in a bell and hit it with a hammer.
Well, from those reports, it looks like something's holding you together.
Yeah, trust me. A lot more... That statement is a lot more true than you might think.
So, what were you dreaming about?
Oh, I think, what is his name? Oh, Saltegris Despath was there? Weird
He
guy.
kind of
but
like
he was
cocks
cool.
his head for a second. This is a drow. More specifically, he is a drow that has like pretty decent knowledge and like upper nobility. Let me go ahead and see if he has any knowledge of that family. He rolled really fucking high, a 19 or something like that. Nope. No, he just rolled a 20. Because he has a bonus of 21, and he got a 41.
He knows a lot.
Well, he was a guy that traveled for us. He was there.
Interesting. Of the Tegris family. No, I'm aware of them. The Syndicate family. The ones that operate in, our enemy's territory.
Look, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, he did some shady stuff. Jairo was there, and Tim Tom kind of stops for a minute. And it's like his hands kind of fall to his lap a little bit. Oh shit, I'm dying.
He doesn't say anything to that. He still has this, like, interested expression as if he just wants to know more.
Would you like to know more?
Would you want to tell me why you're dying? How you're dying? Maybe I can help.
Tim Tom looks over at him. Thank you for helping to stabilize Yarh's dad.
Oh, yes, no problem.
Tim
Seriously,
Tom gets
though,
up and
what
leaves.
is- You get up, and he's just kind of like blank expression. You can tell that he was definitely putting up this like persona of like kindness, and as soon as you leave, it kind of like all fades from his face. And he starts walking behind you, and he's just like, there is something wrong with you. I saw your charts. Tell me what happened, and I can help you.
Tim Tom keeps walking.
Are you
Tim
even
Tom-
listening to me?
I am listening to you very carefully. I hear every word you're saying. The
You
reason
said
why
you're
I'm
dying.
You're right. I did. Leave that matter for me. Stay out of my business.
I'll say, let's see, you have 0 marks in Intimidate. Give me a 1d20 plus 3 for your Strength modifier. 8.
Tim Tom's tired.
He's very tired. Tell you what, I'll give you some time to think it over, and maybe we can discuss this come, well, our relative morning. Have a good night. And he leaves you be. He kind of departs from your side. I assume you return to the group.
Yeah, Tim Tom will return to the group.
Yeah, as you do so, you find they're all bundled up, kind of in the, requisite army, not armory, the, sort of recreational areas. These pirates definitely had places where they'd sit down over a table and drink. And as soon as you approach, you find that, Zacharias is with them, just kind of chatting and talking, and he looks over, and as you enter the room... Oh, yes, Timothy. They're, clearing the hangar bay right now. We do not have access to the dropship. You want to sit down for a drink?
I gave that up. Thank you, though.
He kind of nods. At least sit down, chat with us. It's a small moment of reprieve in this horrible galaxy.
Yari, if Yari's just with him, he's kind of jittering around, wanting to do something.
Yeah, Tim Tom will sit down and just kind of just listen to the jokes, listen to what's going on, and just appreciate the moment for like in that moment of trying to comprehend certain things, but also enjoying the moment.
What are you guys doing with your spare moment of free time? There is no work to be had here. There's nothing beyond your own acquaintanceship and whatever you have on hand.
Yari just kind of jittering around, wanting to do something, but he's just kind of he's in a state of just kind of he doesn't want to acknowledge anything at this point.
So, what exactly have... I mean, so...
Go on.
Yeah, Ankos probably needs to be reintroduced in terms of like what's happened since he's been gone.
Yes.
Let's see, you disappeared after the fight was over, right?
Yeah, I had to... That's when I had to step away for a few minutes.
Timothy came back in a grotesque manner. The party helped clear the hangar bay. They are pulling the dropship out of the like wound it created in the killing blow. So currently no one is allowed to be in there unless they have like actual EVA equipment and are helping with the procedure, which you guys aren't qualified for void space, like extravehicular affairs.
I could.
I mean, you're in power armor, sure. You're actually in a marine suit of power armor.
Yeah.
But let's put it this way. This is a mechanic's job.
Fair. I probably offered the help and they declined because even though I have the equipment, I don't exactly have the skills.
This is meant for, like, void crews.
Yeah.
So you guys are currently chilling out. Timothy is going through some deep shit. And you are
So is-
all in a table with some, like, variety of cheap-ass, like, probably reprocessed beer that these pirates were drinking. And are just kind of, like, chilling out.
Levi, quick question.
Can Yarch make
Can-
some sugar water?
Oh, for sure. They definitely have all sorts of shit. Sugar is a spice, and they keep plenty of those on hand.
He's
Hey,
gonna make
Levi,
a big
quick
cup of
question.
sugar water and just gulp it down through his proboscis.
Yes. No.
Can
So
I
while
do
they're
a quick
drinking like a
medi-
Keel scale.
Can I do a quick medicine check to see what my timeline looks like?
Could I figure out
Estimated.
how long I have left to live?
If you have the charts, just go ahead and, yeah, give me a medicine check.
I mean, Tim Tom would not take those charts out in front of the group.
Fair enough. Then if you're just trying to do a mental thing, I'd say do a, I'd say either intelligence or wisdom check.
And
You kind of... It's very hard to guess, especially considering that this isn't like a traditional sickness or anything. But you get a sense that, like, your mental state is deteriorating. There is something in your brain, be it a tumor or something, that is acting as, like, a structural support. You're not sure what other faculties it possesses, but, like, you kind of get the sensation that it probably is going to get worse over time. To what extent, you are not aware.
cool.
Cool.
Something
Fuck.
to drink.
Oh, just a water there, Mr. Yarich, and he kind of just pats him on the head.
How you feeling? Did you...
Absolutely fantastic. And where is my deception check?
It's bluff at the top, -1.
No.
Whenever he puts his hand down on your head, you can feel him shaking, like a neurological tick.
You're not doing right. I guess we didn't get enough material for you. He's just gonna say casually.
Tim Tom, you
Something about the way he says that, like, irks something in your brain, how he said it so casually.
you see one of Tim Tom's eyes twitch when you say that.
Yep. Didn't get enough material.
It's so obvious to the moth.
Yeah. There's no metagaming here. He just knows.
No, he was a part of the procedure that got Timothy back up, and he saw a bit of how it was functioning. He's kind of coming to his own conclusions, but he does have the pieces there to put together.
Fair.
Yeah, he was the one who told, get more material for Tim Tom.
Well, you fucked that up, didn't you?
Oh my god. That fucking Joe Biden smile.
Yeah, I just traumatized.
Fuck me! Everything is fine, you. Tim Tom's rictus smile.
Yeah, Rictus. Yeah.
Rigor mortis, yeah. I know.
God.
Horrific.
No, you can definitely tell there's something.
Extremely
Tim
wrong.
Tom is not okay.
Carthan is just going to assume that the doctor's visit did not go well. He's not going to say anything.
So, if you all are kind of like chilling out, this will last into the night. There are some assortments of bunks. You're not really comfortable with it, but there is no other place to sleep. This is
Thankfully,
passing
Yarj
from-
grabbed his hammock before the thing was pulled out.
Fair.
I was-
I imagine
I was
you were probably allowed to get your stuff, except for Tim Tom, who has nowhere to sleep but the cold fucking floor.
Yeah, before this little fucking R&R session ends, I'm going to bring up what happened to that mercenary who you just promised the entire ship to?
You know, I haven't seen him.
You see out of the port window a body floating by.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
Well, that simplifies things.
Yeah. Guess so.
Man, I'm turning into kind of a fucking sociopath. Well, anyways.
And, you've spoken to the captain, I assume.
Naturally. He is not thrilled about us working with the, the Pirate Lord, but I've convinced him to at least let it happen.
Just let it happen.
Yeah.
More or less.
And
We're still working. Oh god, what the fuck was
what
that?
about the Pirate Lord herself?
Well, she's trying to get her ship back underway. The remaining crew of the dropship is going to be temporarily assigned to her command in order to make the repairs go faster. But right now, we're just licking our wounds. Not a very exciting answer, I know, but
I just
So
hope we
the
don't come
process
to
play.
regret this choice.
you and me both. I wish I could tell you I'm confident that we've done the right thing, but I'd be lying to you if I did that.
I mean, you're one hell of a smooth talker. That was impressive. But we just need to watch our backs.
Agreed. I don't have any intention of attempting to stab her in the back, but I mean, I don't know if she has that same honor code.
That's what I'm concerned about.
Well, what happens, happens. We're gonna find out one way or another, for sure. Well, anyways, what the hell happened after that thing grabbed me? How am I not in the same condition that Tim Tom's in?
You went
447.
down pretty close to me. I grabbed you by the back of your collar and sent you sliding across the bay. You stopped in the middle of Tim Tom's severed body. It came after you. I stood in its way and stopped it. Didn't let it get a step closer.
Thank you for that greatly. I'm glad I didn't get turned into a puddle of gore.
Wasn't
part
about
of
to
me-
let what happened to Tim Tom happen again.
Yeah, if that thing could tear a bear in half, I'd. Anyways, I shouldn't think about that. I don't need to think about that.
I imagine Carthan is probably enjoying some kind of, like, native sea life, like cracking a crab leg.
Even though he doesn't need to eat, yeah.
Now, keep in mind that, I'd say Carthan, where you probably got this thing from was from, like, the Pirates' Reserves. It's actually pretty common for them to keep hydroponic life on ships, and in this case, it was probably likely that the killing blow attacked one of these hydroponic ships. Or stations. Probably where they got all this good shit. Regardless.
Just enjoying a nice dinner.
Crack. Snap,
Crack.
snap.
Hearing the cracking, all I'm thinking about is the sound that Tim Tom's bones made whenever he
Oh, fuck.
my appetite is lost immediately.
Tim Tom is
Yeah,
off
I
in the
just-
corner reading a fucking data tablet.
Carthan is doing what you typically do with a pair of tongs using his bare fingers.
I assume at this table there are no chairs that can support my weight in the armor, so I have
Actually, fun fact, the way that this suit is designed, its servo motors can lock in a couple of different positions. One of those is standing sleeping, and the other one is in sitting. So you can balance your center of mass and basically hold one of those exercise poses where it looks like you're sitting, but you have no chair.
It looks like I'm just squatting in a sitting position over an invisible chair.
Yep.
Holy shit, that's awful.
Would you do it so that you like hovered just slightly above a chair to give the illusion of sitting normally? Does it disconcert you that much?
It doesn't disconcert 447, it disconcerts me.
Yeah, I should just kind of push a chair underneath 447.
I kind of crane my head over to you while you do this. What are you doing that for?
It looks weird.
Okay, deal with it.
It looks weird.
I did.
I mean, he's got you there, Mister 447.
The fucking sass of this mob.
He's been through a lot.
I dealt with it.
I need to sit
You're
down.
lucky we're all being held together by the same otherworldly entity.
Yeah, you just
what's
after
the matter?
finishing his sugar wire, it's going to look for maybe some dry fruits around and make a puree by adding some water and blending it together.
What's the matter, Buckethead? Can't stand the banter?
Well, I'm currently sitting because I can't stand any of you.
What the fuck is your problem?
It wasn't that. It wasn't. That
I'm
wasn't.
sorry, that was hilarious.
That was not that funny, Doctor.
I found the joke and he kind of slaps you on the side of the leg little bit. Humorous. Eh? Eh?
Maybe I would have been
Yeah.
better off being ripped to pieces.
Oh, don't be
I don't
thinking
think
that
so.
way. You don't need to be all tore up about it.
I leave the room.
So,
Well, it looks like your bad sense of humor is tearing this group apart.
Tim Tom just breaks out laughing.
by
For
the
like
end of it,
30
you were
seconds.
wiping a bit of blood from your nose.
Tim Tom kind of just hides it, tries to hide the fact that he's bleeding from the nose.
Zacharias finishes his dinner with the laughing just hurrying him along, and continues to find some place to sleep.
Wait, Zacharias was there?
Yes, he was at the table.
Yeah,
with you
Oh,
all.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't know he lived.
Yeah. He was passed out, but people tended to him.
Holy shit, Zacharias is alive? You're alive? You're alive? What the fuck?
Yeah, I asked about him the last time when I went to the dropship, and nobody knew where he was.
Very true, actually. No, you didn't know exactly where he was. If you want to ask him, you might consider doing so.
I mean,
You left, but Zacharias is leaving too, and you probably catch him in the hallways or something.
if I run into him, I'm just gonna like ask him a basic "How are you holding up?" because his ship has been butt fucked, and a lot of his crew's dead.
A bit better than I thought that I really would be. Don't take that in a bad way, but I think I am starting to get numb to the craziness. We have been through a lot of shit, and it's occurring to me that I can't freak out over every little matter. We're going to lose people, and that's inevitable. I'm just glad that other things are... kind of stops talking.
I want to do a sense motive to see how much he believes what he's saying, if he's just trying to cope to himself.
Yeah, go ahead. This is a pretty normal man. He went to school on Zavoth 3. He had his family on Zavoth 3. His father, his sister. It was taken away by the war. He suffered through that trauma as a kid. He grew up into a detached, sort of jaded man, and was taken away from his home. And now he's here, losing his ship, the people who served him. It's weighing heavily on him, but you get the sense that he's just kind of like starting to hollow out.
Well, that's very stoic of you. You've been through too much, most of it at our hands. I'm sorry. Getting some backbone is one thing. Just becoming numb and hollow is a different and much less preferred alternative. Try to hold on to your healing, please.
if you're scared or if you feel like you've lost all hope, that at least reminds you that you're still a feeling, functioning, capable person.
He kind of just sits down and, I don't know. I imagine that he probably keeps a small sort of gentleman's flask tucked away somewhere in his naval jacket. And he kind of just takes a swig and kind of looks up to you and offers it.
I'll take a very small swig.
And, I imagine that he just is kind of going to talk about his family.
I'll sit and listen to whatever he has to say.
I mean, he talks about how his father was kind of a neglectful man, but the times that he did show emotion, he was caring. Even for an undead, he was caring. His attendants, they all felt like family. And when he lost his sister, especially, it was a lot for him. But that's all in the past. What's happened now, the crew that he's lost, it's hard.
Yeah.
Feels like I'm losing more and more of myself even every day. I don't even necessarily blame you, this is just the circumstances of our being. We're here, experience pain and loss every single day. I don't know what will be left.
In an attempt to, like, I guess kind of, what's the word? And to empathize with him, I'll go ahead and tell him a bit about my past, actually, that I've never told him. I'll tell him about how I lost my mother and father when I was very young and worked for a fixer on Axiom, just doing stupid fucking dangerous espionage jobs for a bunch of street thugs, and about how Uvon was like the first family, was like the only family I had for like, after a good like several years. Kind of remark about how he's not even around.
You say that he was like your father. I know that... How can I say this? The Saxon.
Yeah.
Yes? That
Yes.
is the race that your parental figure came from. It's interesting that he took a liking to you. Most Saxon, in my experience, are detached from humanity. They live for long periods of time and see themselves as being superior, in a sense. I'm glad that you were able to find companionship with one. It's rare.
He's pretty... He's a good man. Obviously, he wouldn't have done what he did for me. He wasn't. But, by every right, he could have just... the day that we first met, I was the target of one of his investigations. He could have turned me into the cops, legs, he could have done anything. But no, he saw some scared, dumb kid who was in bed with the worst possible people imaginable and decided to save him from it. I really don't know why he did, but I'm very glad he did. I feel like I'm letting him down a little bit, almost. He helped me so much, trained me, got me onto the path I'm on now, and now I just feel like I've kind of abandoned him. I don't even know where he is right now. He had to drop his entire life just to stay in contact with me, and yet, what have I done for him? Nothing.
Well, at least you're still alive, and you can try to get back to him.
Yeah, hopefully after the business on Castellum is done, maybe we can all finally, take a bit of time for ourselves, stop trying to run around saving planets, and just be people for a while again.
I've told you about Jackson, yes.
A bit, yeah.
About how we still have him.
Oh, that bit. Out of character. I think you might have, but I don't remember the exact details of it.
Yeah, we know he's still on the dropship.
Oh, right. He's in some type of sustainment, isn't it? Or suspended.
He's literally in a coffin with a stake in his heart in the floorboards of the fucking
Right.
of the fucking jail on the dropship, the brig.
Okay. Yeah, that's come up before.
After the crash, after I woke up, I went back to check on him. Fortunately, the crash didn't do anything to disrupt his condition. He's still for lack of a better word, sleeping. I've been doing a lot of thinking. Jackson has helped me, much like Uvan was to you a surrogate father, Jackson was to I. When my father was claimed by the war, he stood in and filled the gap, taught me how to run the household, and watched as our land rotted away. It kind of feels lonely without him here, but I understand that he is stuck in his old ways. Much of their kind are. It just... When I confronted him about it, I genuinely did feel that he regretted his actions. Because in truth, harming Kiliet's people was like harming me. And I was the one to put him under, but he accepted it willingly. I wasn't sure how to bring this up to any of you, but I'm hoping sometime in the future he can come back and live, help me, help all of us.
If you trust him, that's quite frankly enough. We know very well what he's like, and I don't have the position to tell you to keep somebody like to. I have no authority to tell you what to do with people who you should trust, but if it would bring you comfort to have him, and if you think that you could trust him and to an extent control him.
I don't know. That's the thing. The only thing he cares about is our family's honor. He doesn't see people as people. It's deranged.
Well,
I'm still human, for lack of a better word. But he is fully one of the children of the night, with all of the terrible curses that brings upon him.
Well, he's a very interesting character. Really know how to get ahead of something. Say for sure he will do. More importantly, I think I'd have to wonder what his headspace would be waking up after all that's happened. You know, not even being on Zavoth. He'd be waking up to an entirely different world, an entirely different situation. You're out here, your family is just you and him. I would really hope that maybe, ripped away from his old positions of power and comforts, maybe he could do some evaluation and find that there's something else he has to find meaning in.
Maybe.
Or he could lose his mind and snap. And come after us like a vengeful spirit for what we've taken away from him.
I will think about this. Thank you for talking to me.
Anytime you ever want to bring this up to the others, I will gladly play as a middleman for you. I doubt they would be as open to it as I am. After all, he did try very hard to kill us once and almost succeeded.
I think I need time. He kind of dusts off his jacket, gets up, and kind of turns over, and just before he's about to leave the doorway, he gives you one final glance and goes to bed.
I'm gonna go ahead and get up and go back to whatever space I have to potentially rest and think for a while, and let everyone else do their things.
Yep. The entire party gets some rest as we head into day 3 of the repairs. From what you all can tell upon waking up, ingesting some food, the hangar bay is still in complete vacuum state. It's not going to leave that. But rudimentary EVA gear has been placed, stuff for crewmen and for people like you, the suits that you used initially, that will enable you to access the dropship. Repairs are made, the ship is being crewed with a quarter of the dropship's occupants, and 3/4 of the way with the, of course, Tempestborn's crew.
So, Yarich is going to head into the dropship after donning his suit and start grabbing Tim Tom's stuff.
Funnily enough, you actually have to use a gnome-sized version of a starship, like, suit.
It's much better.
They don't have anything for a Lymantria, but they do have stuff for gnomes.
He puts his... Here's the question. Would he put both his arms into one hole?
You'd have to.
Would he have his arms against his side?
I mean, that is your choice. Either you have one pair of arms on your side, or both arms are in each of the holes.
I think it's funnier both arms in the hole.
I mean, you only have like 3 fingers for each hand, so...
This is gonna be weird for him, but he'll be able to work with it.
Fair enough. All of you guys have access to everything you need. The ship is, for the most part, operable. All of these ship sections have been cleansed of corpses and general clutter and debris. The bridge is in a functional state. And with Nevada at your side, you're one step closer to your plans.
Alright.
Well,
I imagine as you bring Tim Tom his stuff, he just kind of puts his hand on your shoulders like, "Thank you, Yarich. I really appreciate that." Grabs his stuff and walks off.
Yeah, after that, Yarich is gonna see if there's anything he can repair on the dropship.
Oh, hey, Mr. Yarich. I kind of accidentally threw my phone. Do you think you could fix it?
Oh, possibly. Yarich is going.
That would be great.
Yarich is going to go back, take the comm unit, and take it back to the recreational area. Having all his equipment available to him now,
Yeah, give me an engineering check.
I am even going to put on my special goggles for this.
Oh.
The micro goggles. +2 bonus to any skill that use exceedingly close vision, such as compute.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
This would be perfect for this.
Absolutely. Your micro goggles.
Yes. So that would be
+2 bonus on top of whatever your other shit is.
it's
So
engineering.
18 total.
+2 and grow.
You go ahead and take apart this thing. You find that the cracks go a lot deeper than otherwise you would expect. However, plenty of these mercenaries have their own phones, so you just take one of these screens from a pretty compatible one and just attach it to this one kind of makeshiftly. Stick it in through its different connective cables, slot it into the correct the correct
I
place.
imagine there's a bunch of leftover screens from all the buys.
Oh yeah. And then eventually you kind of seal it over with your adhesives that you're capable of making through chemical synthesis.
Yeah.
That being said, it looks good. It's
Weird,
definitely a quality job, but it doesn't look the same as it was before.
It'll serve its purpose. That's what matters. Alright.
For sure.
It's not the same, but it'll work. He hands it back.
Ah, thanks, Mr. Yarich. You're the best.
Not often I get to use my goggles. I'm usually doing bigger jobs, and I don't want to damage them in the middle of combat.
Oh, of course not. Those look mighty fine.
So, Timothy, you pick up your phone and hit the activation button. You see the screen flash, go back to black, scribble through a lot of illegible text, and then enter into your phone's, like, diagnostic mode. Can you make a perception check?
Oh, shit. Yep, sure. Nine.
You catch words like decay and dying as it flickers through the different decaying
fuck.
diagnostic text. And then finally, again, it goes back to normal. It was just a little flickering, maybe a mental hallucination.
What a fun little bug. You sure are a tough nut to crack.
You hear this Yarich, you hear this ever so faint, but really nervous. Anyway,
Did something wrong.
thanks.
Yari
Oh,
just
no,
go
you
and grab
did
the.
Oh no, you did a Tim Tom reflexively pulls the phone back. Oh no, you did a fantastic job. Thank you, Yarich. I
That
really do
doesn't sound
appreciate it.
reassuring.
No, trust me. You truly did a wonderful job. And I am so proud of you, Mr. Yarich. I am so proud of you. Never forget that.
Yeah,
this in-law is losing it.
Yari just almost on the brink of tears.
Tim Tom walks off. You can I'm sorry, he has to do a bluff check to hide his emotions. If that's okay with you, Levi.
Why would
Go
that
ahead.
not be okay with me?
I am
Alright.
going roll sense motive.
I mean, he just appears to coldly wander off, leaving you kind of in the dark about this.
Yari just go to his hammock and cry.
You hear the creaking crackle as you're heading to the drop ship of the PA, the announcement system on the ship. And you actually hear Voss's voice. Alright, all of you my new friends, let's gather up at the bridge to decide what we're doing next.
Alright,
Gets
I
out
stop
of
whatever
the
it was I was
hammock.
doing and stomp off towards the bridge.
As you all gather there, you find Nevada at one of the big central tables, one of these glowing holographic displays, which is currently kind of cracked and not really working. You get a sense that it's been that way for a long time. She has several, like, comm pads and different sort of, like, tablets full of data that are all spread out across it as if she's been brainstorming for a while. And as she sees you all enter and approach the central area, she
Yari
kind of
just
looks up and smiles.
So, looks like everything's finally back in somewhat working order.
Oh yes, and trust me, we have a lot of work ahead of us. And that is where the session will end.
So I will say this while she's off doing that.
Yeah,
Yari
go
just
ahead.
while she's going off on that, Yari just going to approach the console and start trying to get stop flickering.
I imagine, like, if we're talking about an ending scene as she's saying, like, we've got a lot of work ahead of us, you just see Yarich, like, pulling apart wires and tearing apart the auto table.
What a guy.
Fucking fantastic. I'll be right back. I gotta go check my laundry.
I'm going to kill the recording.